Boys in the back. Boys.
What is good? The boys in the back are back after a week off for a lovely Thanksgiving holiday. We are back in your lives on this beautiful Thursday, December 4th, and boy, did we miss you, and boy, do we have a lot to get into today. I am 1/3 of the boys in the back. Connor Burks joined alongside me, as always. New York Rick.
Hello.
Eric Jackman. I was trying to think of a nickname on the fly there. But
Where did we get?
Think of one.
Anything get like half baked in there?
For some reason, I was thinking of Salt Poppy. I almost called you Rick Poppy, but that just doesn't make make much sense. So I decided to just call you, by your government, New York Rick. Frankie, the final third of the boys in the back. How we doing back there, Frankie?
Doing
you good,
great.
Yep.
Metroid Prime 4 day. Couldn't be any
sick.
more excited
Sick.
to be here with you guys.
Is
that out on the normal Switch as well?
Yes, sir. Switch 1 and Switch 2.
I might do you a favor. I might get Metroid Prime and play it, and then we can discuss it.
Oh, we will.
I've never done a run-through of a Metroid before.
Well, you got a lot to look forward to.
Okay.
Have you played all of them up until this one?
Except for Metroid Prime 3.
Okay.
Has he played? Wow, you're skipping Metroid Prime 3 and going
going
straight
straight
to
to
4?
4?
Yeah, come on. We got a lot to cover.
You remember 2022, the day of the PFL World Championships here in New York City, World Cup's going on. We were going to meet before the fights to watch the USA game. And, I was about to walk into the bar and I get a text from Frankie and he's like, yeah, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to make it to watch the game.
Oh, why?
Like,
Why couldn't he make it?
You probably should have told me that before I got dressed, left my house, showed up to the bar.
Double checked that I was going to be there.
And double-checked you were going to be there, and I'm waiting at the bar now. And he's just like, feeling under the weather. It later comes out he just wanted to stay home and beat Metroid.
And I did it.
On the Game Boy?
So, woo! Yeah, Metroid 2.
Metroid 2. All right. Is this like I'll look it up after the show. I'll look it up after the show. We don't need to get too deep in it. All right. Yes, a lot to get into today. We'll do voicemails. We'll do super chats like we always do. Pound for pound rankings. Vans in honor of Josh Van. So we kept the big yellow bus on the table. Where will it rank? You'll have to find out later in the show. Bets, Parlay Pals, UFC 323 preview. We will get into all of that. But before we do, a couple news and notes to get into as usual. We'll start actually at the Pat McAfee show yesterday. He had on Nick Khan, CEO of WWE. He's also on the board of TKO. And he had this to say when talking about the new Muhammad Ali Expansion Act and how Zuffa Boxing wants to work with the rankings for their new boxing league. Take a listen.
The Muhammad Ali Enhancement Act, what we're looking to do, everything that the act already has will stay the same. If you're a fighter and you want to do it the old way with the World Boxing Confederation, and by the way, the gentleman who runs that organization, this is supposed to be a nonprofit organization, going into Canelo Crawford, said he couldn't stay in a regular hotel room. He needed a suite. He wanted to make sure that his tickets were front row. He wanted to make sure there were ample number of tickets. It all seems quite odd to me that a sport would be run that way, or quite odd to us. So in the Enhancement Act, all of that, if you're a fighter and you want to continue with it, nothing changes. This is presenting a different option, where if you want to come into a unified boxing organization like Zuffa or anyone else who wants to create a unified boxing organization, come here, fight with us. We'll have our own ranking system. The champion will fight the number one contender, just like in the UFC. And if the number one contender is not available, then the champion fights the number two contender. So rather than 17 weight classes and 15 different championships and people getting stripped for no reason, let's do it in an incredible way.
So he's making this case for the Muhammad Ali Enhancement Act. I called it expansion before there, my mistake.
No. I believe it is actually called the Expansion Act. It is also called the Muhammad Ali American Boxing Revival Act. I've seen multiple names for it. I don't think enhancement is actually even one of the correct ones.
Either way, we know what we're talking about.
Yes.
They're trying to, what they say, not make changes, make additions on to the Muhammad Ali Act.
What the case that Nick makes in there, and we have heard Dana make before, is this is not a changing of anything that's going on. It's just a separate thing that's going to happen.
Now you can choose either or.
You can choose between these two things, when in reality we know that some of these things are in conflict with each other, right? There is going to be a natural friction between these two alternatives, right? Them talking about organizations like the UFC having the power to create their own rankings, having the power to create their own belts and have that structure within. And then a system that has been operating in boxing for many, many years already, which exists to have the governing bodies, the multiple belts, the freedom of fighting for whichever belts and opportunities are available to you. These things are in conflict. So the idea that it's like you can choose between, yes, you can technically choose between, but like there's going to be a natural tension that prevents people from just having unlimited options here.
Another issue that you took with it, and you took to Twitter with these as well, is what he said on the back end of it. This will be like the UFC. The champion will fight the number one contender in our own ranking system, and if the number one contender isn't available, the champion will fight the number two contender.
For sure. Yeah, that sounds logical. That's smart.
You included that quote in there with the graphics of UFC 324 and UFC 325 main events. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett and Alex Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. The rematch of a fight that took place this April. An immediate rematch for Alexander Volkanovski.
Yeah, that sure does not look like the champion fighting the number one contender. Is that what that looks like to you?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It definitely doesn't. One of them, the champion, isn't even fighting, but they're putting an interim belt on the line.
Yeah, one of them, the champion's not fighting, and the number one contender is a guy named Arman Sarukian, who is not involved in that fight at all. And in the other fight, it's the number two contender in Diego Lopez fighting Alexander Volkanovski when the number one contender, Movsar Evloev, is available and could be fighting Alexander Volkanovski. We've just decided that he's not going to get a title shot. And so you inherently can understand why when Nick Khan and others from TKO are out there being like, look, all we're trying to do is simplify things, guys. We're trying to create this system where the champions fight the contenders, and this has not been seen in boxing for many years. They never make the big fights. We're going to make the big fights. You look over to their side of the fence, and you look at the UFC, and they are doing exactly what boxing does. They are not making the biggest fights. They are not making the ones with the number one contenders. And so it's very hard for me to take at face value this idea that like TKO is coming in to save boxing when we look to MMA and they are doing exactly what boxing does.
And if you watch the extension of that clip, Pat McAfee responds and he's just like, well, yeah, no, that's what makes sense. That would just common sense,
for
natural
sure.
order to do it like that. And Nick Khan's like, yep, that's what we're going to do. But to your point, the UFC is doing the exact opposite of that right now in three of its most popular divisions, 145, 155, and potentially 170 with a fight between Islam Makhachev and Kamaru Usman. It's like we've already done it twice with the first two pay-per-views of this Paramount Plus era, and we might do it again. We might just do it one more time later in the year as well.
Spoiler alert, we will continue to do it for fucking ever. There is no point where the UFC will decide that this is a meritocracy anymore and we're just going to give the number one guy in the rankings the title shot every single time. It's bad business. It's bad business. So on one hand, I credit the UFC with if their intention is to make fights that people want to see regardless of the rankings, I'm on board with that. But to then go out and say, we're going to fix the boxing model and the way we're going to do that is going to be by having the champions fight the number one contenders. It's just not like that's not true. And that's not what your business model is. That is not what you're going to do.
I actually am with you. If they just came out and they were just transparent and they were like, whoever puts on the most fun scraps, whoever's the most popular, that's who's going to get the title shot.
Yes.
That is how we do this. Instead of meritocracy, we got to fix these rankings, you know?
We're going to fix it.
AI meta is coming in.
Yeah, so there's a bit of talking out of both sides of the mouth, especially when it comes to one part of the business and another. But I do think that there's something important being raised here, which is that I mentioned that there's going to be a tension between a model that has a league that has its own rankings and its own belts with the boxing model where there's multiple belts, there's sanctioning bodies, there's different promotions that work together to put on these fights. There's going to be a natural tension there. There's also going to be a natural tension for fighters in terms of thinking about the Muhammad Ali Act and the protections that it provides to boxers and this idea that I don't have to deal with these sanctioning bodies anymore if I go to a promotion like Zuffa Boxing where there's one organization, there's one belt, I know how to get to it, presumably, right? If you ask Lerone Murphy, he'd be asking, how the fuck do I get to the UFC title? Or Movsar Evloev, how the fuck do I get to the UFC title? But presumably it maybe is a clearer and easier path. If you're somebody like Terrence Crawford and you wake up and the WBC is like, hey, pay me $300,000 to sanction fights. And he's like, what? What do I owe you? You should be paying me. I am the one providing this entertainment. I am the one carrying this belt and making it more prestigious because I own it. There is probably going to be a section of people that are like, no, that option that the Zuffa Boxing folks are presenting seems appealing to me. Like that actually makes sense to me, having dealt with what happens with some of these sanctioning bodies. So I think there's going to be a tension between the different types of structures. I also think there's going to be a tension just between people in the boxing community who have dealt with some of these sanctioning bodies and have had bad experiences going, no, what they're talking about actually makes a lot of sense.
There will absolutely be boxers that go and join Zuffa Boxing with those intentions. Obviously, the money behind this, the people that have been put into positions to make this successful have had a track record of making the organization successful. They're going to get boxers. What's interesting to me in 2026, and as Zuffa Boxing continues to grow, is how long does it take for them to get a huge name,
right?
Like a Terrence Crawford? When do they start poaching these massive names over to Zuffa Boxing, and that title starts growing in prestige? And then now it really starts getting convoluted. And how long do they actually stick to this? Oh, we're going to make the number 1 versus number 2 contenders and everything like that. It's going to be fascinating to watch. And I believe they're doing the hearing right now.
It's finished, but it just happened moments ago.
Yeah, as details come out with this expansion, enhancement, revival act, whatever you may call it, it's a fascinating time in combat sports.
Yeah, and at that hearing, we had members of Congress talking to members of TKO, including Lawrence Epstein, as well as Lani Ali, the widow of Muhammad Ali, as well as Andy Foster, the California State Athletic Commission commissioner, the lead director. And so there's going to be, it seemed like from the parts that I was following of the hearing, it seemed like they were asking appropriate questions in terms of, okay, what's going to happen to the current protections that are in place? How is this amending them? How are we going to ensure that everything is fair? I'm heartened to see those questions asked, but I do wonder if this is like the train has left the station on this, and that like TKO is a little too buttoned up, that ultimately they're going to be able to push this through regardless of the potential questions that it still raises. So we'll see what happens from here.
Buttoned up, man, and they have power. They have the power players, and they have the power with WWE and UFC, and now they're adding this, the relationships that they have.
Just think about the fact that, Nick Khan is somebody who like select interviews, right? You hear from him from time to time. He's a very important person. Him being unavailable is a good thing, because it makes, when he does speak something, an event, it makes it important. Yesterday, he's doing the rounds, man. He's doing the rounds ahead of this to make sure that people know he's on Inside the Ring with Max Kellerman. He's on McAfee. I saw Daniel Cormier with Nick Khan. He was making sure that the word is out there that like TKO is coming in to save the day on boxing, and the way they're going to do it is this Ali Revival Act. And so
they also ain't here to do a mom and pop boxing league that's helping the fighters out. Look at who else they have in their portfolio. WWE and UFC. They're coming with attempts to take this over.
Yeah, and they have good momentum, they have good leverage, they have good track record. So I do think they're going to be pretty successful in trying to get what they want done. They also obviously have political capital and political power through some of their relationships with the existing presidency and cabinet and all these other parts. But I do wonder, like, if the right people in Congress have done their research and been informed and are studying up on what the protections are and what could potentially be lost here, that maybe there are amendments made to what they're proposing, right? TKO could be coming in with this specific act, and they could say, we like some of this, but some of this we don't, and let's try to change that. So we'll see where this thing ultimately ends up and what gets passed, if anything at all. But it had its day in court, at least. It had, it was presented and people were able to ask the questions. So at least it's going through a fair process.
All right, let's go back to the matchups part of this.
Sure.
So our last show was November 20th.
Yes.
In the last half month, since November 17th, I believe, was the day that Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul was announced. We have gotten the announcements of Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul.
Yep.
Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett for an interim title. Alexander Volkanovski getting a rematch against Diego Lopez for the featherweight title. Rumors are now swirling. Betting favorite to get the title shot against Islam Makhachev is one Kamaru Usman. So we might get another undeserving title shot at 170. And now we're hearing rumors as well of Katie Taylor potentially fighting in a boxing match against Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
This has all happened in like the last 20 days. And it's just like, what is going on? But Cheeto? Is Cheeto there? No. That Frank?
What the fuck is going on, bro?
There it is.
Pretty sure I was like, Frank, you have that thing ready to roll, baby. Yeah, man. What is going on? What are
What the
these
fuck
fights
is
that are
going
getting
on,
made?
man?
Why are they getting made? What is going on?
It is a bizarre time, but circling back to something we kind of said a little while ago, if we were just transparent about this, I really don't have much of an issue. Let me start with maybe the UFC side of it, right? If on the UFC side of it, they're like, if Dana White would come out and instead of, this being like, Armin and Justin are so deserving and they're the best guys available and we're going to do it. He was just like, you know what? Ilya's on the shelf. He said it himself. Ilya's not going to be available in the first quarter. We have to move this division on. We're going to give it to Armin and Justin. I mean, we're going to give it to Patty and Justin, and Armin might get next. Just like talk to us as if we're not stupid. Like talk to us as if we can understand these things. You know what? Movsar was the number one contender, but we just don't think this is going to be a fantastic fight. We got to sell tickets. We're going down to Perth. We're going to put Diego Lopez in there with Volkanovski because this is the fight that fans actually want to see. You have been telling us all along that you don't want to see Movsar. We're listening to you. We're putting a guy in there that's going to give him a hell of a scrap. We saw this fight already once. It was a great fight. We're doing it again. If we were just transparent about all these things, I'd have a lot less of an issue. Instead of pretending that there's some kind of like meritocracy here or that there's some kind of like justification for doing these things. If they went into it and said, Kamaru Usman will get a shot against Ilya Topuria, against Islam Makhachev because he was one of the best welterweights of all time. Islam wants to be one of the best welterweights of all time. We're going to do it. We're going to solidify that, and then we'll get back to order. We'll start knocking off some of those contenders. Ian Gary, Shavkat Rakhmonov, guys like that, we'll get right to them. Just say this. I don't know if anybody's going to really poke too many holes in that or have much of an issue. There might be the fans of those individual fighters that are like, well, what about Lerone Murphy? What about Movsar Evloev? But ultimately, if the UFC is putting on fights that people want to see, I think they can get over that, but it's the like shadowiness of it. It's the faux justifications of all this nonsense that kind of cause the friction.
All right, so I think the shadowiness, but I do disagree with like the fans just accepting it because I think there's just like the case for Lerone Murphy is right there. Like he's undefeated, he's 9-0, he's coming off a massive knockout win.
Sure.
Like it's not like it wouldn't be a good scrap with Volk. Same thing at 170. It's just like I actually think a Michael Morales fight with Islam would be more exciting than with Kamaru Usman. It's sort of just like, how can I be a fan of this sport if I'm never going to see the matchups that I want to see?
Yeah, and it's a fair point, and the justifications are going to be different for each. Maybe that applies more for like the Diego Lopez one, where it's like, yeah, that dude's going to come in and scrap, versus like there will be less people who are expecting a banger out of Lerone Murphy or Movsar. Whereas with the Kamaru case, to your point, like maybe Michael Morales might be the most exciting or interesting option. But
even a Carlos Praches, because if it stays standing, maybe he KOs him, or if it goes to the mat, Islam will probably finish.
Either way, just talk to us like we're adults.
I'm curious to see with the 323 press conference tonight. I doubt Dana will be at the seasonal press conference tomorrow. Maybe he will be.
Maybe he will.
And then obviously he's going to have to do media after 323. I'm wondering if he's going to get pressed on this topic at all.
I'm sure somebody will ask, and I'm sure it will be.
Sometimes we'll get into
some kind of
these guys.
What did you say? What did you say, Lene?
Sorry, what did he say?
What did he say? I just don't see it. I think it's just too easily dismissed. They just have to roll on and move on. But it does have me wondering, like, how can you look at a Lerone Murphy or how can you look at a Movsar and just be like, yeah, sorry. Like, what do you say to somebody like that who's in that position that's like, I worked my entire life for this. I know I'm in position. You're not going to get it. Ian Gary feels like a guy who, like, you could probably look at and he would accept it because he understands the promotional aspect of it and also probably thinks I'll win one more fight and get it anyway. He doesn't feel like a guy who's going to be like shelved, right? Ian Gary doesn't feel like a Movsar or a Lerone where they're like, nah, maybe you stay over here for a bit. Ian probably will get it at some point. A guy like Carlos or a guy like Michael, they'll probably get it at some point, but you just have to wait till Kamaru maybe does the business. Again, we don't know that that's going to happen. It just seems like all the talk is heading in that direction. But how do you look at the roster and justify that? And then I will circle back one more time to Nick Khan going on Pat McAfee and talking about we're going to fix boxing because we do this, and it's you just don't. You just don't do it. You do the exact opposite.
The Movsar and Lerone thing too, like for them, if they end up matching up for a number one contender in quotes there, it's essentially their title fight. Because if you lose, you're never, ever seeing a title shot.
Well, it's perfect for the UFC because they just solved one problem. It's like we have two guys who feel like they deserve it and they're going to be clamoring for it. Let's knock one of them off, and then we only have to worry about one.
All right, we can sit here and complain all we want, bitch and moan about the matchmaking. Let's do something to fix it. How would we have done it? First, I want you to do, out of the 5 matchups we listed, Patty Gaethje, Diego Lopez versus Volk, Islam Usman, which obviously has not been booked yet.
Yeah.
There's just rumors of it potentially happening. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul and Katie Taylor versus Ronda Rousey, also not been booked. There's just, light rumors, mentions of it potentially happening. Out of those 5, rank them in terms of absurdity.
Patty Gaethje is number 1 for me.
Number 1 absurd? It's actually my 5th most absurd.
It's the most absurd, and I'll tell you the reason.
Okay.
The title. Match those guys up all day. That's fine.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a great fight.
It's a great fight.
It's a rightful fight.
No
It
problem.
just doesn't need an interim title on it. That's why it's my 5.
The interim title part of it makes it the most absurd because it's like first of all, we didn't need to do an interim title with it at all. And second of all, how is Arman Sarukian not in a fight for the interim title?
I'm with you. But I think that's why it makes this list so absurd because let me just take you down. Let me just walk you down a lane here.
Go.
Olympic gold medalist, undisputed champion, 2-weight world champion, one of the top 3, if not the greatest female boxer of all time, fighting against a woman who has not fought in a decade in boxing, a sport she has never had a professional fight in.
I'm changing my number 1. You're right. I can't. There's no
absurd.
argument. There's no argument. That's number 1. That's number 1. I'm gonna shift Patty and Justin down to number 2. That is the most absurd by a lot.
My number 2 is also the other boxing match, Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul.
Okay, so
another Olympic gold medalist, heavyweight champion. And then the size is where it gets absurd to me. 5 inches taller, 6 inches of reach. He's going to be like 20 plus pounds heavier.
I agree that one is pretty absurd on its face. But why I will have that one ranked lower is because the absurdity is the selling point. Is because it's what do they say like in the tech? It's the function, not the glitch or something. Like that's what it's supposed to be doing. You are supposed to believe that this is absurd. The same way you were supposed to believe Mike Tyson versus Jake was absurd. The same way you were supposed to believe Jake versus Tank was absurd. It's a feature. It's a feature, not a bug.
Okay, fair point.
It's a feature, not a bug. And so that's how I feel about Jake and Joshua. That's my last. Because again, that is what he is supposed to do.
You're signing up to go to the circus.
Correct.
If you show up at the circus, don't be surprised if you see a clown
Exactly
there.
right. That one's advertised as the circus, and I'm going to the circus.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be Diego and Volk.
Why?
Yeah. Diego and Volk.
Just because it's the rematch?
It was Volk's last fight, and it's like we just saw this, and there were 2 guys that you could have put in there, maybe even like Aljamain Sterling as well, who like if we're doing the whole, we'll talk about Kamaru and Islam in a second. If you're doing the whole like legacies and these things matter, Aljamain Sterling's a former champion, a long reigning bantamweight champion, a fantastic fighter. There were multiple guys you could have put in there before going back to the Diego well. To me, it's just like it was the most of like Patty versus Justin isn't out of nowhere, right? It's like we just spun it up. This one was like we knew Volk was going to fight in February in Perth, and all we had to do was pick the opponent, and it was like, who's it going to be? I don't think a single person 2 months ago was thinking Diego Lopez is going to be that guy. There's nobody who was thinking that because it was his last fight and he just beat him. He got his shot. You win 2-3 more, you come back. Lerone, Mavsar, even Aljo, somebody like that, it was a layup.
That one to me, it's just like the performance that Diego put on. It was one of the fights of the year. It was an incredible knockout. I still can't justify it. I think it should have been Lerone and then Mavsar.
If it was John Silva, I would have been fine. The Diego one, I don't know.
I'm with you. Usman though.
Okay, tell me on that because I have it 4.
1-3 in his last 4.
Yep.
The 1 win since 2021. The 1 win being over the number 10 ranked contender in Joaquin Buckley. 2 losses to Leon Edwards, who's number 9. He's ranked number 8, period. He has fought 1 time in the last 25 months. So he's not active. He's not on a great run. It's solely based off his resume as a longstanding champion in the late teens and early 2020s. It's an absurd title shot when you have 4 contenders that could be put into this. Shavkat Rakhmonov, Ian Gary, Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, all can be put in over it.
That's the reason I like it. A little bit. I don't love it. It's still absurd. But you do the Kamaru, the legacy fight, and then all of a sudden those other contenders fight each other, and you've got an order.
Legacy fight. Are people sitting here and being like, John Jones beat the heavyweight GOAT? It's just like Stipe was fucking 44 years old and he literally put out a fire before he went to MSG.
For that one, it's a little harder because in that position, I think Stipe didn't really have a lot of juice. And like people knew his name, but it's not like Stipe was like a megastar. Tom, maybe even less than Stipe, but like close enough that it would have been justifiable. In this one, I do think there's an argument to be made that like Kamaru Usman's face and name on a poster opposite Islam Makhachev is going to move the needle slightly more than like a Morales, an Ian Gary, one of those guys that is like, they're on the rise. I also think there's just a lot of time for them. Look, don't get me wrong. I need to be very clear. I think it would be silly. I think it'd be very silly. All of these are absurd. Every single one of these is absolutely absurd. And again, Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, intentionally so in my mind. But all these are absurd, but this one at least has the semblance of some kind of logic. It's like Kamaru Usman is a proven pay-per-view guy. He was the champion. We're putting him in there. We're going to look, you're doing Islam a favor and Kamaru a favor, quite frankly. But I'm okay if you are transparent and like, yes, we're doing him a favor. We're sending Kamaru Usman out. He gets one last shot and he does it against Islam Makhachev. He just got to this division versus the second best guy in this division, in my opinion.
I also have to admit something. After 322, I was leaving my apartment and my doorman was like, Islam versus Usman?
Okay.
I was like, fuck no, man. And he's like, no, man. That's what it needs to be. So I guess there's an argument you could make. The casual fan.
The casual fan will know Kamaru.
I have this one friend who's like, he is textbook, like casual. I'm not even saying this in a bad way. Just like textbook casual. I can see the text now after the fight gets booked. And he's like, oh shit. Banger.
Kamaru's back, baby. That's the only argument for it, though. There's a tiny kernel of logic, and that's the only argument. In terms of, is Kamaru going to be competitive with Islam? No chance. Is Kamaru going to win that fight? No chance. Is there any real reason to do this other than to like give Kamaru one on the way out and Islam an easy title defense? No, not really. If you want to give him a fight, it's any of those other guys. But it at least has that kernel of logic. I don't really see the logic in the other ones.
Okay, so final rankings. Mine is Katie Taylor, Ronda Rousey, Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul, Islam Usman, Diego Volk, Patty Gaethje.
Ronda Katie
is fucking insane.
How is that even?
It's insane.
Ronda Katie, Justin and Patty, just because of the absurdity of the Armin component. And I love the fight. Why did we need to add a belt to it? Just do the fight. 3... Kamaru. 3 was Diego and Volk. 4 was Kamaru and Islam, and 5 is Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul.
All right, who would you rather see these people fighting? Let's go through each one. Patty, for me, it's Armin for the interim. Actually, wipe the interim. Patty versus Armin.
Can I do anything?
You can do anything you want.
Like the timelines don't matter. I'm just like, pick an opponent for this person.
It's got to make roughly sense.
Because then it's Ilya for Patty.
It's got to make rough sense. Okay, I still like the Ilya one, though.
I'd wait with Patty and do the Ilya fight. If it's Q2, I'm fine with that. So I'd do that.
Gaethje.
Armin.
Okay. I said Dan Hooker. But that's because I had Patty versus Armin.
Yeah, I'm cool with that one, too.
Volk?
Lerone
Murphy as well.
Lerone makes sense.
Diego Lopez.
Yair Rodriguez.
I had Mosar rematch.
That could be fun, but man, I really just want to see the payoff of the blood feud with Diego and Yair at this point.
Yeah, that's a great point by you. Islam?
I think Ian Gary deserves it.
Okay.
I'd like to see Ian.
I had Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Shavkat came on the show. He said he'd be ready. I'm open to that, but I do think there's something to the activity of Ian. I think Shavkat will give him the toughest challenge. I take either of those. I'll go with Ian for now.
Usman.
Sean Brady, Morales.
I got Ian
Any
Gary.
of those guys? Okay. Actually, I'll switch. I'll go to the 2 that you said. Give me Shavkat and Islam, and I'll take Ian and Kamaru. I like it.
There seems to be some heat there. He was on his Pound for Pound podcast, and he talked about Ian Gary not being deserving. I think we have the quote panel here. If the company says we want to book the biggest fight right now in that division, it's hands down. I think we know what the answer is. Former Pound for Pound versus Pound for Pound. Obviously, speaking of himself, Ian's doing work too, but you can't literally sit here and say he's done more work than what Praches has done, than what Morales has done. You actually can't sit here and say that he's done more than Praches. He's on a better run, and he's also beaten Praches. Michael Morales, that's a different conversation, but I think Ian Gary is just a tick above Carlos Praches in this argument.
The strength of schedule has been a little bit different for Ian and Michael Morales, for
Ian
sure.
also doing a good job of kind of having heat with everyone. Michael Morales in a video was like, who's the one guy I hate in this division? Ian Gary. You know?
What did we hear? Was it last week or earlier this week where somebody was like, man, I wish Ian Gary would stop talking so much. And it's like, no,
That's
exact opposite. That's exactly what he should be doing.
How about Anthony Joshua?
Jake Paul.
Oh, okay. So I said Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury at Wembley.
That's a popular one.
But I said Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. Just because now you're out of excuses. There's like the fans, the detractors are out of excuses. You can actually make excuses for Jake Paul if he loses this fight. It's go time. Like, it's just like, all right, he's fighting someone bigger, someone who's in like good shape, who's not 50 years old. It's not a former MMA fighter. It's a world heavyweight champion, 36 years old, much bigger than him. There are no excuses now.
I'm going to pick Joshua for Jake and Jake for Joshua. Okay. I like it. I'm in.
Love the matchup.
I love the fight.
The matchup. So much so, maybe you're going to be in attendance.
Maybe.
That's how bad you want to see it.
I might fly to Miami.
Ronda.
Kayla.
Wow. I said Gina Carano in MMA.
I'm down for that too, but I do feel like Ronda's comeback should be in the UFC and matter. Like, I feel like that the place that Ronda will matter, like Ronda's, I said this earlier this week when we were talking about the Katie Taylor thing, Ronda's the A side of all these fights, right? Ronda is the biggest name. Respectfully to Katie Taylor, even in her sport, Ronda Rousey's going to be the A side of that fight. Ronda's comeback needs to be important and significant, and the most significant thing she could do is come back to the UFC and like fight a Kayla Harrison, even an Amanda Nunes, even a Misha Tate. I don't know. Like, I just feel like in the UFC is where it would matter most. A Gina Carano, I don't know if that would happen in the UFC. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know I don't think Gina has any kind of like outstanding contract status. I don't know what, I think Ronda probably doesn't. I don't know. I think it has to feel significant, and significant would be like fighting the champion of the UFC potentially. If it's Amanda, if it's Kayla, or if it's an old rival, maybe like a Holly Holm. The options for her, the options are the most varied for me. I'd take almost any of them, but
you just want to see her back.
I just want to see her back, and I want it to matter, so I'll take Kayla.
Katie.
Shit. Cameron?
I think Chantel Cameron, Croke Park. That's
probably, yeah. Well, yeah. It's almost like anybody at Croke Park.
Yeah. All right, well, that's how we would do it, you know. We're trying to make amends here, you know, fix.
I think the surest sign that my ranking of 5 for Joshua and Paul was correct was that you picked one half of them to fight the other.
I guess that's true. It's still an absurd
No, it's crazy.
All right, we are in the end of the year here. We're at the end game. We're in December now, which has you thinking, you know, New Year's resolutions. How are you going to better yourself in the new year? I got just the idea. Got just the idea, brother. Being in shape starts with good nutrition, and what better way to get that than with the UFC's newest meal plan, UFC Ignite. I was scrolling Twitter last night. I see Mike Bond tweeting this out. UFC is launching a meal subscription plan called UFC Ignite. It launches in January. He was currently at a media tasting. Some details below. He didn't really like it that much. By the way, 843,000 views on that. UFC Ignite moves numbers. Coming to your doorstep in 2026. I'm in for this. Well, you are? Why eat UFC Ignite meals? It's designed for your goals. It's simple and ready to eat. It's deliciously nutritious. Plastic bin of food thrown in the microwave. Replenish and recover. Perfect for any lifestyle. I'm in.
This sounds like a
Look at that.
commercial.
Pick your goal. You trying to cut? You trying to maintain? You want to build? Maybe you want to do a little mixing and matching. We're going to cut and build.
They're making custom meal plans for you, huh?
You're fucking right. Be the first to try UFC Ignite. You get 50% off and guarantee January delivery.
This Asian-style chicken and sausage and rice looks delicious.
This is literally an ad read for this. They're gonna have to send us some coin for this. I went on the website. You can choose your amount of meals per week: 4, 8, 12, 16. Let's go 16, man. I mean, a little Baja style salmon, maybe a barbecue seasoned beef with roasted taters.
This has to be like
butter salmon and rice.
This has to be a white labeling, right? Like the UFC has to be throwing their branding onto an existing meal plan thing, right?
I can't imagine Dana's in the kitchen cooking up tomatillo pork quesadillas for us and packaging them
Fucking
up.
Fridays, he's just cooking it up for you.
Shrimp tikka masala. I mean, it sounds class. I'd be down to get a box and just rip through it, see what's good.
I'm gonna have to opt out. I'm gonna have to
$200 a week for 16
No,
meals.
perfect. Yeah.
For 16 meals delivered to your doorstep, all in easy containers, meal prepped for you.
Easy to fit in the microwave, yeah?
Easy to
Because
fit in the
it's a microwave dinner.
Who doesn't like Chipotle eggs shipped across the country? You guys ever done a meal service? Like a
I did Fresh Direct for a second.
shout out.
No, is that the name of it? Or is that
HelloFresh?
HelloFresh?
HelloFresh, yeah.
It's good.
I did HelloFresh.
It gets repetitive, but it's good.
Yeah.
Being repetitive is okay when you're trying to get big.
You're
Makes
bulking.
it easy. I'm down for UFC.
UFC Ignite, all right. Mike
UFC
Vaughn, you said
Ignite?
didn't like it? Shout out, Mike.
He said he only tried a little bit because he didn't want to spoil his dinner plans that evening.
That's fucking illegal.
I agree. If fucking go all in or not, Mike. But I also saw GSP tweeted out the GSP Path, his like training system. So I think in the new year, if we combined UFC Ignite with the GSP Path, we could be fucking shredded.
Shredded?
Yeah.
All right, maybe.
I'm alpha.
You're damn
Frank,
right.
are you in
Frankie.
for UFC Ignite?
Yeah.
Are there
already pre-ordered?
Are there any UFC gyms left here?
Yeah, they have them.
All right, let's jump in on UFC gym as well.
All right, so we're going to the UFC gym. We're doing GSP's plan. And afterwards, we're chowing down on that UFC Ignite.
I'm fucking down for this. Let's all stay at one
Sound
place
down.
too.
You sound down.
Lazy Bet in the chat says, now you can eat like a 12-12 warehouse fighter, all from the comfort of your own home.
It's 5 and 5.
Yeah, it's 5 and 5. I mean, $5 per meal after everything.
Do you think, all right, here's the question. Do you think any of the UFC athletes, even one, will be on this meal plan?
No. No, there's no chance, right?
No, probably not. They're going to the PI to get their catered lunch.
I'm seeing here it
bags
comes with
from
a
the
free UFC hot dog brander as well.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, that's been a meme.
So, yes. What's wrong, babe? You hardly touch your UFC Ignite barbecue seasoned beef with roasted potatoes. Shout out, man.
Shout out UFC Ignite.
Has any other sports league done this?
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
First for everything, right?
Eat like an offensive lineman.
Yeah, just wait. Like, what if this is successful, and then all of a sudden you have like the MLB bites and the NFL
The
dinner?
NFL one's going to be gnarly because the calorie count is going to be insane.
It just feels so unnecessary. It just feels so unnecessary.
And for our NASCAR fans,
I'm still down to try it though. If y'all want to order a box, I'm down. The Baja,
right, we'll
Baja
see,
salmon
we'll see.
sounds all right.
What's the GSP plan like entail? Like, how is it like DVDs instructions? Do we need to have like a whole kit? Like, what is it?
I mean, he's all in on it because he changed his picture to GSP Path. Early access now. The Path by GSP.com. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. Become the best version of yourself.
All right, we'll see. Maybe
This isn't a course about fighting. It's about transforming fear into fuel, discipline into dominance, and adversity into achievement. Every $299 pre-order comes with a free membership to UFC Ignite. No, I'm just kidding. How this course transforms you. Learn the foundations that everything is built on. Train
All
your
right.
body to move with power and precision.
I'm starting. You know what?
Fucking in.
I'm starting to see the vision because I'm picturing us. It's 12. No. It's 11 p.m. Saturday. UFC main card just kicked off. We've been at it for a few hours, starving. What comes in through the door? That UFC Ignite.
Couple people fresh out the microwave.
Bring it in on trays, plop it down. We're good. Yeah, all right. I'm starting to see the vision.
ESPN says GSP blends power, intelligence, and humility like no one else in combat sports.
True.
Shout out to him. All right, this weekend, UFC 323, 323, 323, whatever you want to call it. It's going down in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena, headlined by Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan. Let's just start there. Main event. Fighter of the year on the line for Merab Dvalishvili, fighting for the fourth time this year, every single time coming as a title defense. A little stat for you. The combined record of the four opponents entering the fights, 73-12 that he's fighting against this year. And just FYI, he's responsible for 2 of those 12. So 17% of the losses of the opponents he's fighting, he's responsible for. I think if he pulls this off, it's done, closed case, fighter of the year, if not one of the greatest calendar years in UFC history.
Couldn't agree more. Like we've been fortunate to have had this show during most of the like rise and prime of Merab Dvalishvili, and like I'm running out of things to say about the guy. I continue to say he's the hardest puzzle to solve in all of combat sports because even when he's not good, he's good. Even when he's not doing his absolute best, you are still not able to do better than him, which is just crazy. Like, he doesn't have to be efficient. He doesn't have to be successful. He doesn't have to be good. And he's still ahead of you, which is like a luxury that I don't think anybody else has. I'm running out of ways to kind of convince myself that he's going to be dethroned or that somebody can test him, because every time he steps in there, we know that the preparation's on point. We know that the cardio is on point. We know that he's going to show improvements. Every time he steps in there, the striking looks a little bit better, right? Knocking down Corey Sandhagen, like the hands were there. The wrestling, he's going for the insane, like he's going to be so far ahead of everybody. He's going to be Max Holloway when it comes to total takedowns attempted and landed. In terms of Max being like so far above everybody else in significant strikes, he's going to be untouchable at the end of his career when it comes to all those takedowns. I don't know what more to say. Like, Merab is just that guy.
You said you're struggling to convince yourself of people being able to beat him. Is there any way you can get around to convincing yourself that Petr Yan can beat him? And for those that maybe just started watching the sport, don't quite remember how the last one went. They did fight in March of 2023. Merab in that fight was a plus 210. He's now like a minus 420. 50-45 on all 3 judges' scorecards. Outstruck him 147-75. 49 takedown attempts in that fight. Landed 11 of them. Got 7 minutes of control time. No one has ever landed more than 2 takedowns on Petr Yan. It was domination. It was a fight that by the 4th round, you're just like, okay, rinse, repeat. Like, he's just going to keep spamming takedowns. He's going to strike in the in-between, and he's going to get it done.
I can be convinced that Yan is going to do better. I can't be convinced that he's going to win. That's where I'm at. I believe that Yan was compromised in that fight. He said as much. He looked as much. I believe that that's true. But I still don't see how stylistically he's able to stop what Merab's able to do. His best attribute is being able to land really crisp, clean counters on the outside and hurt his opponents, right? He is one of the sharpest, most dangerous strikers that we have in the division, in the UFC overall, and MMA. By the way, he's only 32 years old. I think people kind of like think of Yan as this like aging veteran guy, but he's very much like fully in his prime. It's just how long he's been around and on top. But having said all that, when Merab is shooting at his legs and does not need to complete the takedowns to take Yan off his game, I don't know how Yan resets and gets back on his game. Merab's style, Merab's game plan plays perfectly against a guy like Petr Yan. It's almost like a nightmare matchup for him, because the way that Yan frustrates all his opponents is, one, when you can't get that takedown, it's demoralizing, right? Because his takedown defense is absolutely freaking stellar. And so, like a Jose Aldo in his prime, when you're shooting on those legs and you really need to commit and get that takedown and you can't get it, oh shit, right? It's like, oh God, what am I going to do now? Because when you stand back up, now those crisp, nasty hands are coming at you. But with Merab, if he doesn't get it, he's resetting and he's trying again and again and again and again and again. And you can stuff as many as you want. It doesn't matter, because you're not mounting your own offense. And so I wonder stylistically if he has even the openings to try to do it. To me, it's coming down to, is somebody going to flash KO Merab? That's basically where I'm at. Is like, if you don't have the ability to flash KO Merab, you're not going to win, because I don't see how you stop the style.
Yeah, just rewatching the last fight, I just don't know how it can change to the drastic point that Petr Yan is getting his hand raised. Because you mentioned that Petr Yan was compromised. We have a video here of Merab, which he posted just a couple weeks after the first fight, talking about how his hand was injured going into the fight itself. Like, obviously swollen hand. He's doing sparring, and he's not even gloving up his right hand. He's just using the left hand. He was also compromised going into this fight. I also think that he is just getting better from fight to fight. He says it in every interview. He's just like, he is aware anyone can get beat on any given night. He needs to keep improving his game, and I think we're seeing that. He dropped Corey Sandhagen. He finished Sean O'Malley in the rematch. Like, it's not like he's just been getting stagnant or getting worse since the last time they fought. I think any improvements that Petr Yan has made since the last fight, the improvements that Merab Dvalishvili are at the same level, if not better. Yeah. So I just don't know how it flips from 50-45 on all three judges' scorecards to Petr Yan getting his hand raised. I think I am with you. I think he needs to hurt Merab to be able to get it done.
But isn't that I feel that, but isn't that almost the case for everybody now, right? Like, we can look at all these guys. You can look at Corey, super well-rounded, dangerous everywhere, these knees that can come out of nowhere, great in the scrambles. You look at Sean O'Malley, one-hitter quitter power. If he's able to keep long, Umar, like, he can wrestle with him. He can do all these things with him. But every single time somebody steps in there with Merab, he is just better. And he's better in the aspects that they're good at, and he's better in the aspects that he's good at. I don't know how you beat him other than a flash KO. And I feel it's true for everybody, not just Yan.
You're never going to convince me that Merab's going to lose until he actually loses. I'm going to have to see it with my own eyes. I've pretty much just sworn off picking against this guy. Yeah. I feel like every single time he fights, which has been frequently this year, people are always convincing themselves that he's going to lose. He's going to lose. He's going to lose. He's going to lose. We were talking all the way back in January before the Umar Nurmagomedov fight, and we were mind blown that he was an underdog in that fight. Every time that this guy steps in the octagon, and I'm seeing it this week. Petr Yan was hurt last time, man. Like, he can hurt him this time. He's going to be able to do this better. People are always selling them on the fact that he's going to lose this time. I've sworn off thinking that until I actually see it happen. When he eventually loses, I'll be the guy sitting there like, damn, I can't believe he lost. Yeah. He actually lost. Like, it finally had to come to an end.
Yeah, that has happened with a few fighters for me. John Jones, most notably. He's in that territory for me now. Islam Makhachev is
I was going to say, Islam Makhachev is right there. Like, I rode for my boy with JDM, but it's still just like, I'm going to be shocked when that guy inevitably loses if he does.
Until I see it, I just can't believe it because they're so good, they're so well-rounded. I mean, not for nothing. You mentioned, Sean O'Malley rematch, finishing him. Like, Merab was the one who got better in the rematch. In fact, I actually thought Sean looked better in that rematch, but unfortunately, Merab also looked better in that rematch. I wonder if Merab actually doesn't do it even easier. Like, I wonder if he can even chase a finish here. Yan is very durable. Yan is very good. I think it would be hard to improve upon that performance just because of here's how I think Merab can improve on that performance. He might convert a few more takedowns. He might have a little more control time. He might be a little bit more dominant in those positions that he had. But if Yan was injured and maybe that's the differentiating factor, maybe it can be a closer fight. But again, stylistically, I just don't know what Yan is going to be able to do in those moments that he's going to be able to win a decision against a guy like Merab.
It's crazy that we're at a world now where Merab is minus 400 against guys like this. I mean, the win streak is just insane. Everything on the line. He will likely, with a win, he will be the fighter of the year, in my opinion. No doubt about it. Will be one of the best calendar years of all time. He'll then be at a 15-fight win streak, tying Kamaru Usman for second longest, Islam and Anderson Silva now at 16. It will be a 14-fight win streak at bantamweight. I believe he had a catchweight bout in between there, which will be 5 clear of Aljamain Sterling for the longest ever at bantamweight, and he would tie TJ Dillashaw with the most title fight wins at bantamweight with 5.
Also, not for nothing, one more, incredible, insane. Again, almost out of words for Merab. Another thing to really lock in on and consider is Merab has spent a lot of time thinking about Petr Yan, right? Aljamain Sterling, 2 fights with Yan. Merab, number 1 training partner for Aljamain Sterling. Merab, his own fight with Petr Yan. Now another fight with Petr Yan. If anybody knows the book on Yan, it's the team that of Aljamain Sterling and Merab Dvalishvili. So I don't know like what Jan could do to potentially mix it up or surprise him. I don't see, like, compromised or not, the best version of Jan to me is not better than the best version of Merab. That's where I land.
That's actually a fair point. Between Aljo and Merab, they've spent like what? A combined 50 plus however long the first Aljo Piotr Jan went, which was like 20 something, 19.
All those weeks of training for that guy.
They spent well over an hour in the cage with him. This will be the 4th training camp preparing for Piotr Jan. You know, guys like Ray Longo, John Wood have seen this before. I'm going with Merab. We'll see what happens. It's if Piotr Jan wins, I will be surprised, pleasantly surprised. Maybe, I don't know. I'll be like, holy shit!
It'd be interesting.
It'd be interesting. It'd be crazy, man. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I can't wait for it. I'm now getting excited for Merab Fight Weeks just because he is just a champion's champion. He is active. He is winning fights.
4 fights this year.
It's crazy, man.
Nobody does that.
It's crazy. 4 title fights.
4 title fights
title
in a year.
defenses.
No, it's nuts. Like we go gaga when a guy like Kevin Holland does like 6 fights in a year. Merab's doing 4 at the highest level. Like, it's nuts. It's his resume is going to age extremely well. I don't think he gets enough credit now in the current moment where I had him as my number 1 pound for pound until Islam took it back. Like, I was, after the last fight, I was ready to just say, like, Merab's the guy. Islam moving up and getting a second title in a new weight class to me kind of like swung that pendulum back. But there's a world where 2 fights from now, 3 fights from now, if Merab racks up another 2 or 3 next year, that I have him back as number 1 pound for pound. Like, I don't think he gets the respect he deserves, as what he's doing is like unprecedented for a champion to be this level of active and also so dominant.
Let's go to the co-main event. Another top 5 pound for pound guy, and another guy who is on his 4th fight this year, and Joshua Van, Alexandre Pantoja, trying to defend his belt against the up-and-coming Josh Van. First fighter from the 2000s, born in the 2000s, to fight for a title, could potentially be the 2nd youngest champion of all time with a victory, second only to John Jones at 24 years old for Josh Van. He was 5 years old when Pantoja debuted in professional MMA at 2007. And one time we ranked top 365s, top 12-month spans. Josh Van, if he's able to pull this off on Saturday night, I'm not saying it's one, but it has to be in the discussion of unreal, because he fought last year on December 7th. He'll be fighting on December 6th. It would be 5-0 with a quick ascension.
Can you give me quickly the names?
Of course I can. We're always ready around here. Shout out to Tapology. The names. Not the biggest name value.
So he lost in December of last year.
No. Got knocked out in the summer by Charles Johnson.
Okay.
Beat Edgar Shirez in September.
Okay.
Then goes on. This is starting December 7th. This is the 12-month streak. Cody Durden.
Yep. Wow,
Ray Tsusura.
Yep.
Bruno Silva. Brandon Royval. Alexandre Pantoja for the title. Reminder, Brandon Royval is potential fight of the year. It's going to be in the conversation. And then Pantoja would be knocking off one of the best flyweights of all time to get the belt
on a crazy run.
Champion ever.
Yeah, that would be a nasty 365. You're absolutely right.
Imagine telling him that in July of last year after he got KO'd by Charles Johnson.
Man, he has this thing about him, this kind of like carefree nature. Like, even when Ariel interviewed him earlier this week, and you can find that interview on this channel, go back and look for it. It was a good one. Like, no game plan. I'm kind of just going to flow. He's just a dude who comes in to just throw the fucking hands. Like, he just wants to scrap, and it served him super well, because you think about that Royval fight, banger, fight of the year contender, amazing fight. Credit to Royval too, who looked tremendous in it against
all-time scrapper.
Like, it was great. But you do, like, when you compare those two things, I don't think like Pantoja can get crazy, right? I think we have to acknowledge there's a zombie mode Pantoja that gets nuts.
Dog.
But there's also that like technical, methodical, lethal killer side of Pantoja that if he gets this to the ground, I could see it being over relatively quickly.
That's where I think he has the major advantage, and that's where I think he has more ways to win in this fight, in that I think Josh Van has to come out here, and not for nothing, you mentioned like no game plan or anything like that. Like, one of the most aesthetically pleasing fighters. Like,
great.
When he's fighting, you're just like, this dude's out here just flowing, man. And not for nothing, most significant strikes landed per minute in UFC history with 8.86 per minute. The dude puts up insane volume.
That's right now, like active. Like he is the number one guy.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Dude puts
That's
up
sick.
absolutely insane volume. Let me get like just his last few fights. Like he actually got outstruck by Royval.
Royval?
Landed 204 in the Royval fight. Landed 125 in the Bruno Silva fight. By the way, that Royval fight was a 3-rounder. It was not a 5-rounder. 204. 125 in the Bruno Silva fight. 165 in the Cody Durden fight. 118 in the Edgar Shirez fight. 156 in the Kevin Boras fight. 120 in the Zhalgas Zumagulov fight. Like all of these being 3-rounders. Like the dude puts up absolutely insane numbers. I think that's how he needs to go about it to win this fight.
Is it going to be enough though? Like, is that volume, is that number going to be enough where...
No, because ultimately I think that Pantoja is savvy enough, he is crafty enough to know that even if he is getting hit, because reminder, Pantoja has a chin on him.
Insane.
An insane chin on him. He is savvy enough to know that he needs to get it to the ground, and I think he'll be able to do that. We have seen Josh Van taken down before.
Yeah, and you know, the lone finish in that streak is the strike on Bruno Silva, right across the ground strikes. So when you combine the fact that like Josh Van is a volume guy rather than like a super power guy, now you know he when he cracks, he can crack. But we've also seen guys kind of stand up to it. When you combine that with the insane chin of Pantoja, I wonder if when Pantoja's getting cracked, he just changes that level, and then all of a sudden the game's back in his world. Because
I mean,
on the ground, it's striking. There's a gap. Josh Van is a significantly better striker, especially like when it comes to the technicality and the aesthetics. There's a gap there, but the gap on the ground is like that. The gap on the ground is miles.
And we've seen Pantoja capitalize that on the last two fights.
Yeah.
He was beating Kai Kara from pillar to post, gets the finish in the third round. Kaya Sakura, same exact thing. It's just like, dude, this guy is just out of his fucking depths. I don't know if it's going to be that big of a gap against Joshua Van, but it's a gap. He is incredibly well-rounded, and he shines on the ground. He can get finishes there, and he can also hang in the striking. And then, like, you just have to talk about the experience. We just pointed out with Josh Van, 3-rounder, has not done a 5-round fight like this in the UFC. Pantoja lives in these 5-round fights for the last 3-4 years. And, you know, people want to question his cardio. We talk about this zombie Pantoja. Guess what? Every single time, he dogs it out and he wins. And he looks good in the 5th round.
He looks better at the 5th round,
The Steve Erceg fight, he wins the 5th round he wins the fight by winning the 5th round. So this whole, like, how long can you keep saying a guy has bad cardio and then he goes out there and proves it each time just by the way he looks? Yeah, like, he's got his mouth open and his
tired.
Pants look like a diaper, and he's, like, got his hands right here, but it's just, like, he's still scrapping. But, like, the chin, dude, is getting to, like, it's getting to elite zones. It's getting to the Cheeto Veras, the Max Holloways of the world.
For
like,
sure.
We're talking about 35 professional fights. The dude's been fighting for 20 years. And, like, has he been dropped? Maybe like a Figgy or Brandon Moreno like dropped him at some point.
Yeah,
but
I don't
like,
know. I'm sure.
But like, bro, he like eats these shots for breakfast. Like, there's some shots that he's taken over this championship run where you're like, damn, he just walked right through that shit.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to be the story of the fight. Is I think Josh Van is going to look good for as long as it lasts, and he's going to be landing. But I don't think he's going to have any shots that I don't think Pantoja can take. I think Pantoja can take everything that Josh Van has. It'd be interesting to see if maybe like body work is a factor here. Like maybe Josh Van kind of like
nasty digs to the body,
leans heavy into the body, and if he can kind of suck the energy out of Pantoja or the gas tank or hurt him to that realm, that's kind of how you have to go at some of these guys who have the crazy chins. I wonder if he tries that game plan, but I think Pantoja's built to withstand everything. Like he's just tough as nails. He's a little bit like a Marab for me, where like I almost have to see him lose at this point. Different in that I don't think he's as dominant in every phase. Like there's guys who outstrike Pantoja.
Yeah.
But even when he's getting outstruck, it looks like it's not even hurting him a bit. He's getting nuked on, and he's just laughing and walking through it.
There's also guys on this run that it's been close. Split decision with Brandon Moreno.
Yeah.
The Steve Erceg fight came down to that 5th round.
Final round, yeah.
You know, Steve went for an ill-timed takedown,
Yep.
and it essentially screwed him. But, like, there have been close fights. Like, I think if someone, and we saw Josh Van go full-on dog mode against Brandon Royval, if someone can just out-dog him in those later rounds, like he can absolutely be beat. Also, not for nothing, it was Figgy is the one guy who's ever dropped him.
There you go. The most powerful guy who's fought in that division.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm going to go Pantoja as well, just based off the experience. Josh Van is still so young in this game. Pantoja's been fighting at the top level, the complete game, the the gap in the ground game efficiency and his ability to finish when it does get to the ground, I'm going to go with Pantoja. But, dude, this is such a sick fight. When Many Men hits on Saturday, I'm going to be on fucking 10.
Now, is 50 coming out with him? Like Chris Eubanks.
We've seen that it failed. But, like, bro, when Many Men hits on Saturday night and Josh Van is already waiting in the octagon, like, this is it. This is peak. This is, like, we always talk like, this is a fighter. This is a fight fan's card. This is like a fight fan's fight. I could go ask my boy down the block and be like, yo, Pantoja Van. He'd be like, who? I'd be like, bro.
You don't know. You don't know.
You got to get on game, man.
I love all 4 of the guys in the main and co-main. Like, I really think these are like some of the best mixed martial artists we have. But not only like in terms of status and greatness, but like I just love watching these 4 individuals fight. Like Josh Van is an absolute Terminator. As you said, the highest significant strike per minute in UFC history. He's walking forward and he's winging nasty stuff, just throwing it straight at you. Merab is an absolute machine, never stops. Jan is like one of the cleanest, nicest technical strikers we have. And then Pantoja, zombie mode, killer mode, it doesn't matter. Like he's just coming for blood. I will say, you pointed to the Kai Kara, you pointed to the Kai Asakura. The Usyk fight feels a while ago. I don't know if he wants to just stand and trade with Josh Van. Like I
think that would be ill-advised.
I don't know if it'd be ill-advised because I think he could withstand it, but I think he may have the mindset of I need to start actually doing what I did in those last 2 fights every single time out. If I want to talk about myself as an all-time great, if I want to start talking about Merab Dvalishvili and some of these other super fights, I think he knows instead of playing with food, he should come out there, double leg Josh Van and just end it. Because if it hits the ground, Josh Van is in a world of trouble. There's very few guys that can roll with Pantoja on the mat.
It's going to be fantastic. Those last 2 are so great. And honestly, I think this whole main card is great. Let's go to the featured bout of the evening. Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. Top 5 flyweight clash. Tatsuro Taira with a win. I know they're pushing Kyoji Horiguchi, but if he's able to beat Brandon Moreno here, he might be next to the title. Will he be able to do that, though? Will he be able to do that? Like, going back, I watched the Royval fight for Tatsuro Taira. Both these guys actually lost to Royval by split decision recently. Yeah. Tatsuro Taira has to get to the mat.
Down, yeah.
Like, I'm happy exactly, Tatsuro. That's what he'll be saying if he's able to get the takedown.
Yeah.
Once he gets the takedown, he can either control the round, which he did against Brandon Royval. The two rounds he won, he racked up like 4.5 minutes of control time, or he could potentially get a finish. Royval is nice on the mat, so I don't know if that's going to happen, but Tatsuro Taira, like we talk about like Pantoja, it would behoove him to get it to the mat. In my opinion, Tatsuro Taira has to get this to the mat.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised to see him as a favorite. I'm picking, I'll just say it right out in front, I'm picking Moreno to win this fight. But, and I'm a little surprised to see Taira because I think Moreno is obviously the more well-rounded fighter, right? As you said, and on the feet, this is not even a fight. This is not even close. Taira needs to get it to the mat. That said, he's very good at doing that. He finds a way to get it. He takes a lot of damage sometimes in trying to get it there, but he's able to get it. And then on the mat, like Pantoja, he is an absolute demon when he's down there.
Wizard,
like
bro.
you're in real trouble when you're there. Somebody even as good as Brandon Moreno is in trouble. But I don't know how easy it's going to be for him to locate Brandon Moreno. Moreno he moves, he sticks, he throws the jab, he throws the kicks. I don't think he's going to be in place long enough for Taira to really like grab onto anything. Maybe he makes it dirty. Maybe he's able to press Moreno up against the cage and kind of like just chain wrestle to get into something. But I can picture Moreno just like dancing around him and peppering him. That's kind of how I imagine this fight to go.
Moreno also just like a complete fighter who only loses to the Pantojas, the Figgies, the Royvals of the world. Like he is only losing to the tippy top. And I guess you could make the same argument. Tatsuro Taira 17-1. The only losses to Royval, but like the wins for Brandon Moreno are at just such a high level.
And there's also been some close ones in those, right? Like it's not like Moreno is like getting his doors blown off. So yeah, I still believe in Brandon Moreno. I think he's a very difficult style to solve for a lot of guys. As you said, he has losses to top guys, but like he's also given them fits in certain instances. I don't know that Taira is well-rounded enough to compete with a guy like Moreno. Like Royval is a very good fighter, and that's a good win. But I do think Moreno's style is going to be difficult for him to solve.
I'll also say, I think Brandon Moreno knows the game plan going into it. He's been training his takedown stuff.
Oh yeah, you better.
I mean, he's just putting it out there. I've also seen he's been training with Mikey Musumeci on the mat. I mean, he's just like, yo, someone come take me down. Someone come take me down, please. So
how do you feel about the fact that it's 3 rounds? Like, who does that favor, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, we know Brendan Moreno can go 5 rounds, so I actually think it might favor Tatsuro Taira because he could be 2 takedowns away from winning the fight.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, there's a world where Taira only needs 1 takedown a round, and his control is so good that it'd be difficult for Moreno to get back that.
Yeah, you could also make the argument like if he empties the clip and he's just like, I gotta get this takedown, like, and he just
sells out
spends
for
all
it.
his energy, you know, like especially if they're going into round 3 and it's 1-1. Which it could be. That's what it was in the Royval fight with Taira. It was 1-1 going into the 3rd round. Obviously, that was a 5-round fight. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. These fights are great.
The thing with Taira, though, is it never looks too easy, right? Like,
no, it never does.
He never gets that. He never looks like Merab, right? When you think about like or Umar or any of these guys who are like primarily grappling based, where they're enough of a threat on the feet, and then once they've kind of lulled you into that security on the feet, they are so good at getting to the legs. They are so good at completing those takedowns. He doesn't have that yet. The takedown game is still a little raw. It's still a little rough. Once he gets the back, he can really work really well from there. But I've just seen him struggle too many times, and I think Moreno's still game enough and good enough to win. So I favor Moreno, but as I thought about it, if he gets 2 takedowns, 1 in each of 2 of the 3 rounds, I could see a world where he's just on top of him and can't get him off.
It's going to be amazing. Let's keep it rolling. Back to bantamweight we go. Henry Cejudo taking on Peyton Talbot in Henry Cejudo's retirement fight.
Yeah.
Unless. No, he actually came out yesterday and he was like, nah, I think Dana might cut me after this fight no matter what happens. So I think I might actually be gone.
That's funny by Henry.
Yeah, I'm not like a body language, like what they're saying guy. Like,
Tell me.
Like whenever anyone's just like, oh, did you see him on the scales? Like he looked like he had the sunglasses on, so like he must be fucked. Or like
the experts.
Oh, he was like walking out and like he looked like he was nervous. I'm like, you don't know what they're feeling. The only time was Megan Anderson against Amanda
That was
Nunes.
the one.
Like the funeral walk. Like she looked like she had just had diarrhea and she was like, and now I have to go fight Amanda? Like I'll give you that one. It's like, yeah, that probably was pretty clear. I'm not a body language guy, but the way Cejudo's talking, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't invoke a ton of confidence in me.
Right.
Like he's saying like, this is it for me. I'm done. I'm ready to move on from the sport. Like I'm ready to move on. I want to spend time with my family. I want to spend time with my daughters. Just want to go give it my all on Saturday. Doesn't really matter what the outcome is. I just want to say that I gave it my all. He's 38. He's going against a 27-year-old. He talked today about like, yeah, maybe I regret even coming back in the first place because I've just been on a losing streak and maybe I'll lose again on Saturday. Like, he hasn't won a fight since May of 2020. Like, it's been over 2,000 days. He's 0 in this comeback, and he's getting a guy who's 11 years younger than him.
Yep.
Who obviously is motivated.
Everything is focused on after. Everything is focused on, like, what's going to happen after this fight's over.
It feels like he's going to be relieved when it's done.
100%.
No matter what happens, he's going to be like, all right, like
a great career.
Time to go spend time with like he was getting all fired up about the eye pokes, and he was just like, "We need to fix this shit, man. If I lose an eye, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost done with this stuff. Like let's get the eye pokes fixed because if I lose an eye, I'm gonna be angry." So yeah, I don't know. The way he's talking does not invoke a ton of confidence for me in him. Obviously, unbelievable career that he's had.
Yeah.
Like he is
one of the best combat sports athletes ever.
No doubt about it. But at this age, like. I just don't think like the fire is there to like he's not going to go on a title run. He's not going to do any of these things. What difference does it make in the end? Like he just wants to go out there, give it all, and he's getting a young, hungry dude who I understand had the loss, was not a great loss, minus 1,000 or whatever, but I think that loss was the best thing for him. He's going to be much bigger than Henry Cejudo, 5'10". I think he's the second tallest bantamweight on the roster, 5'10", going against the shortest male fighter on the UFC roster.
Yeah. There are many people who, once fighters start talking the way Henry Cejudo is talking, that will say that guy can't win a fight. Like, once you start putting that foot out the door, you might as well just close it because you're done, right? As soon as people start talking about retirement, talking about this being the last one, that tends to be pretty bad. But then you think about, like, I don't know, like a Dustin Poirier who knows it's the end, but, like, still shows up to scrap and can really still get it done. I don't think Henry's out. I don't think Henry is, when I say out, I mean out of a fight. Like, I think Henry is too prideful, too good at fighting to just be the guy who showed up and like isn't giving it his all. Because if he does give it his all, if everything he's saying is true, which is I'm gonna give one more time my absolute best and then live with the result, I do think his best might be good enough to beat Peyton Talbot. Like I like Peyton Talbot. I think if Peyton Talbot lands something bad on Henry Cejudo, there's a high likelihood that he's gonna assess his, hey, do I want to just go down here and then like cruise into retirement as opposed to trying to get back up and beat up again? I think that's a calculation that he's going to make. And so if Peyton lands one or two really good ones on him, I would not be surprised to see Henry Cejudo just fold up shop and go home. But on the other end of it, if that first takedown, that first double leg looks pretty good and it gives him the confidence and Peyton Talbot and Henry completes the takedown on Peyton Talbot, I do think there's a world where maybe he just like rolls through that and is able to do it.
There's a path to victory.
There's a path.
Tony Barcelos took Peyton Talbot down 8 times. Felipe Lima took him down 3 times.
And Henry Cejudo is gold medal Olympic wrestler.
He's incredible. I will say, in his last 6 fights, Henry Cejudo has only had a total of 6 takedowns.
How many attempts?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you.
He's not. He's one of those guys who just became a well-rounded mixed martial artist, and the takedowns weren't like an essential part of the game.
Yeah.
I just wonder. There's a lot of intriguing factors to this. To me, one is the fact that Peyton seems to have a lot of like reverence and respect for Henry Cejudo. They trained together before, and like he admires Henry Cejudo and wanted this fight because he thinks so highly of Henry Cejudo and wants to have a name like that on his resume, which I think is a great way to kind of approach this. And I have a lot of respect for Peyton Talbot for doing that and wanting to chase that type of opportunity. I can't imagine that Henry has any ill will toward Peyton. He probably wants to see him do well. And so I wonder if he wants to be the guy, like, what's the motivation? Is the motivation to be the guy to crush Peyton Talbot's dreams? Like, is the motivation to be like, man, I really like that kid. Sorry that I'm going to have to derail your entire career on the way out the door so that it does you no good while I'm leaving and you're going up. There's a lot of like psychological things that are going to be impossible to unpack and predict. So I'm almost like just like ignoring them and putting them to the side and focusing solely on the fight itself. In an optimal world where Henry Cejudo is motivated and trying to get it done, I think Henry Cejudo is better than Peyton Talbot.
We'll see on Saturday night.
Because I think he will take him down. And I don't think Peyton Talbot's going to be equipped for that.
Another incredibly intriguing matchup. I am with you. The path to victory is there for him.
Yeah. I'm picking him, not confidently, because of everything you said. All the talk, I am not confident at all, but I think he's better.
The age, the size, the point of their career.
Everything. It's all stacked against him. But he has an equalizer, which is when it comes to wrestling, he's a king, and Peyton Talbot is not. He's very low on that scale.
It's his weakness.
Yeah.
As we've seen. Let's go to the first fight on the main card. Jan Blachowicz taking on Bogdan Guskov.
Yeah.
Not retiring, but Jan Blachowicz is 42 years old.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter, though. Glover Teixeira beat him for the belt at 42 years old.
Yep.
Jan Blachowicz has not won a fight since spring of 2022. Rakic also got injured in that fight.
Yep.
So, like, technically hasn't won a fight since Israel Adesanya, spring of 2021.
Yep. I'm picking Guskov. He's going to knock him out.
Knock him out.
Yeah.
Polish power goes down.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to knock him out, but I'm also picking Bogdan Guskov. You want to know why?
Tell me.
I watched a documentary on Gore MMA.
Yeah, I remember
in
you
Russia.
showing that.
Him and Walter Walker.
Yes.
Shout out to Red Corner
Him and
MMA.
Walter.
They put out a great documentary on him. Yeah, it was. This is just a fan pick here. Plus, like the Krylov performance, like the knockout was
Incredible.
was impressive, man.
Yeah.
and it's sort of like, you know, the classic, like just two incredibly different points of their careers. Like, what does a win against Bogdan Guskov do for Jan Blachowicz? It's not going to put him in a title. He has a loss to Carlos Ulberg. He also lost the fight before that, like against Alex Pereira. I just don't know how much it helps him. Bogdan Guskov winning puts him in the top 5 at light heavyweight. A guy who's only 32, 33 years old.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything left. I think it's just come down to like we've run out of time. We've run out of miles on the tires. And so I'm fairly confident in Bogdan.
It's going to be a fun fight, though. It's always good to see legendary Polish power. It'd be great if they just go in there and scrap. I think Bogdan's going to bring that to him.
He forces that, right?
One more trip for the Polish power?
Sure, but like the power's not been like there.
Have you ever done like a deep dive on like people like going anti legendary Polish power.
Yeah, the power is not real. Like
he has as many submission wins as he is.
That's
as
right.
he does knockout. He has more decision wins than he does knockout.
The Polish power was there for like Dominic Reyes and Corey Anderson a lifetime ago. Oh, Luke Rockhold. Like it's like kind of like served up on a platter. Look, Jan Blachowicz has had an incredible career. He benefited from existing in a light heavyweight division once John Jones left it that was really kind of flimsy, and now I just don't think there's anything left.
Yeah, he doesn't have a knockout in 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years and 3 months, 63 months since.
Now he's also been inactive, so like
True.
It's not like he's been in there like all the time trying. But yeah, the signs are really bad, worse than Cejudo's in my opinion. Like if I'm looking at one of the two older guys to fade, it's Jan, not Henry.
I think it still has potential to be a fantastic fight. Let's get to the prelims. A couple of fantastic fights on these prelims. Grant Dawson taking on Manuel Torres. Little fun fact: Grant Dawson's wife, Elle. Fights at FAC 32.
Oh, that's cool.
The night before in Missouri. And then he followed it up. This is her first time back in 3 years, by the way. Followed it up that this might be a retirement fight, though, because they're going to try and have a baby. And he says they're going to try and have a baby Saturday night. So.
Wait, they're going to try and have a baby Saturday night?
That's what he said. That's what he said. Congrats on the sex, Grant. Good for you, man.
It's tough.
Wait, wasn't there... Am I crazy? Wasn't the Grant Dawson promo...
Yeah, when he cut the promo after the fight, and he was just like, shout out to my wife. She's got a dump truck. He can throw a nickel off of.
I wasn't sure, but when you said his wife, I thought we were going that direction.
That's actually his ex-wife. This is his new wife. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Your face. Oh, shit.
Oh,
your face.
man. Well, shout out to her. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Ruthless L.
Yeah, one more
Ruthless L
time
Dawson.
and then done. Yeah, I mean, I hope they both win.
I
That's
don't know
great.
if she's actually done or not. That's just what Grant's saying.
Because he's going to get her pregnant?
Yeah, correct.
So she didn't say anything about like planning to retire. Oh, okay.
No.
Oh my God, Grant.
Yeah.
Grant's
Congrats on the sex, GD. Good for you, man.
Grant's focused on something here. It's good.
Well, he needs to be focused on Manuel Torres come Saturday night because this is a fucking scrap. Manuel Torres is a terror in the octagon. Not here for a good time. Flip it. Not here for a long time. Here for a good time. 12 straight fights ending in the first round.
My
win
God.
or lose. Like, absolute scrapper when he gets in there. That's all there is to say. Like, he is as active as they come in the first round, and he's looking to take your head off. And not for nothing, Grant Dawson has been in some scraps, man. He's been in some fights that have ended in finishes, and I think you don't have a choice when you're fighting Manuel Torres to be in a scrap or not. And I think that's what's going to happen. Also, not for nothing, Grant Dawson a sneaky 11-1 in the UFC.
What?
Yeah, very sneaky.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, 11-1.
I would not
Grant
have pegged that. 11-1. Holy shit. Yeah, he's got a
nice.
lot of green on that record.
He's nice with it, bro.
But
And
as you said, some of those were like kind of like back and forth.
Well, and you know who called that one loss?
Who? Frankie? You?
Ariel Frankie.
Frankie?
It was the King Green fight.
Oh, that was the
Damn
one.
right, dude.
That was the huge underdog one.
Yeah.
Wow, shout out Frankie.
Plus
What a-
345.
What a pull.
Bobby Green.
This guy never loses, and Frankie picked against him the one time.
Yeah. Was that just in my ear, Frank?
Was that it?
Frank just went in our ear and said, unless, of course, the fix was in.
Frankie,
And you knew about it.
Whoa.
He gave over the bag with the
Who you been hanging out with, Frankie?
brown paper bag.
Who's to check?
He didn't even do the drop.
Who's to check?
Yeah, I can't wait for this fight. I think Manuel Torres is too big of a dog here just because
I
of
was
how
just gonna
live
say
he
that.
is for a finish. Like, he can end the fight at any moment, and we've seen Grant Dawson finish before. But, like, if it gets extended, you have to side with
Once it
Dawson.
goes like past a round and a half, it's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, he's in trouble. But
Especially
man,
because Grant Dawson can take this to the ground and kind of, like, quell the fire that is Manuel Torres if he's successful.
I'm surprised by this line too. That like he's a bigger dog than I thought for a guy who has proven to be able to like in the first round just annihilate people.
Annihilate. I mean, let's go through his last few fights. Drew Dober knocked him out in 1:45. Ignacio Bahamondes got knocked out in 4 minutes. Chris Duncan.
But he also was trying to kill Ignacio in that.
Oh, for sure. Chris Duncan choked him out in 1:45. Nicholas Mota knocked him out in 1:50. Frank Camacho knocked him out in 3:27. Colton England on the Contender Series knocked him out in 2 minutes flat.
Yeah, and then even prior to that in his regional
Gillian,
stuff.
25 seconds. Rear naked in 1:03. Got knee barred in 1:23. Like, he's like, bro, either I'm finishing you or you're finishing me, and we're going to do it fast.
It's McKinney. It's McKinney shit. It's like we're gonna go to war for one round, and I'm gonna win or you're gonna win. And if you engage with him on that, it's dicey. It's real dicey.
look, man, I got 5 minutes for a fight. Whoever wins.
Car's running. I gotta go.
See what happens, man. I don't get paid by the hour here. Let's fucking get this show on the road.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that line.
You know what? I'm taking Manuel Torres as a dog.
I think it's a smart play.
Manuel Torres as a dog, or Grant Dawson wins and gets pregnant that night.
He gets pregnant?
Ruthless L. Dawson gets pregnant. Shout out to Grant Dawson. Shout out to his wife. Hopefully, best of luck at FAC 32 in Missouri. Terrence McKinney, you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
That's the fight before this. Your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, Terrence McKinney, have to do this every time he fights. Shut it down. Terrence McKinney, 24 professional mixed martial arts bouts.
Yep.
Has never been to a decision. He does not know what it feels like to stand there with the ref holding your arm and you're just like, come on, it's me. 29-28, McKinney. We have never heard those words in our life. Never seen a decision. Has seen one singular third round in his career. And 20 of his 24 fights have ended in the very first round.
What a man.
I mean, like, spoiler alert, I will be betting the under 1.5 in this fight. You have to parlay it now. I mean, everything has just been taken out in terms of value. He is second to Tom Aspinall in shortest average fight time. Just go back through his most recent ones. Slava Klaus, 55 seconds. Damir Hadzovic, 2 minutes. Ribovic, 37 seconds. Marodi, 20 seconds. Breeden, 125. Like, this guy is just an absolute menace to society, and he's getting a scrapper on the other end in Chris Duncan. Who is going to win? I have no idea. I cannot tell you. Whoever gets the finish first, because Chris Duncan is going to engage in the scrap, and someone's going to get finished.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's my main event for the card.
Are you making a pick, or are you just like, I don't care as long as it goes under?
I don't care as long as it goes under.
Yeah.
I support Terrence.
I think Duncan's going to win, but I am on the side of...
What even are the odds? How do you even set odds on a Terrence McKinney fight? Minus 141, plus 121.
They just look at the
Good luck
the unders.
Good luck to
They should just not even have money lines for Terrence McKinney fights. It's just how many seconds will it take, and then you can just go from there.
And then, like, the one fight he said he was going to be reserved, the Bond Fiem fight, it lasted like 7 minutes.
Yeah. That was where he was like grappling, right? It was like a wrestling heavy kind of approach.
Yeah, and then he ended up striking. He got kneed.
I think Duncan is tough enough to survive what McKinney's going to bring in that first round. Look, don't get me wrong; it's going to be absolute hell. But I think Duncan is tough enough to survive it, and also enough of a dog himself that he's going to find a way. So I lean toward Duncan. But this is just a who kills who first. Like there really is not a lot to like dissect here.
This is a cheek clencher.
Yeah,
butt cheeks clenched the whole time.
If you're on either side of it, you're just like, okay, flip a coin. I hope so.
Flip a coin and see what happens. Macy Barber, Karini Silva, you pumped for this one? Macy Barber on a nice winning streak. Dealt with some health issues, but...
Just from the perspective that I'm happy to see Macy Barber back. Like, she felt like she had so much momentum before she went away due to those health issues. And so I'm just happy to see her back, and that's kind of like where my head is at for this. Like, I want to see Macy Barber enter that title talk territory that she probably belongs in. So that's my angle on this fight.
Yeah, I mean, Not For Nothing hasn't fought in 20 months now at this point.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, she was calling for titles beforehand.
And she was there. Like, I think she probably would have gotten one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully she looks as good as she did before the health scare in her return. Fares Ziam taking on Nazim Sadikov. This is also another sneaky banger. Two guys that just know how to win.
I like Smile Killer. I'm a fan. He's like one of those guys that isn't ever going to be like higher than the 5th fight on the card, but every time you see his name, you're like, damn, yeah, I really like to watch that guy fight.
Sadikov only been to one decision in his 5-fight UFC career, and that was against Slava Klaus. He slowed down, I believe, or did Slava Klaus slow down? Someone slowed down and got 10-8'd into a draw, and then he also got a finish on the Contender Series. I'm going to say he gets the finish here against Fares Ziam.
Is he a dog?
Yeah, he is.
Sadikov's a dog. Damn.
Yeah, Venom as well. New York's own. Come on, man. Support.
I lean Sadikov too, so I'm surprised to see him as a dog.
Marvin Vettori against Bruno Ferreira in a mind bender that Marvin Vettori is actually the younger fighter in this fight. 32 years of age for Marvin Vettori, 33 for Bruno Ferreira. Yeah,
it does feel like we've seen like Marvin for a lifetime in the UFC at this point. Needs one desperately here.
Needs one desperately. We are talking about a guy who used to fight for UFC titles who has now lost 4 of his last 5, and he's buried on the prelims.
One fight ago, it was Brendan Allen. The fight before that, I think it was the main event against Roman Dolidze. Like,
it was. He has main evented a UFC card in 2025.
Yeah, it will be
Now, granted, it was an Apex card.
Still, it will be a very bad fall from grace if this is where he's at in his career. So, like, this is going to be do or die for Marvin Vettori. Like, he needs this win desperately to prove that he's still at least viable in this division and in the UFC in general. And big opportunity for Bruno.
He main evented his last 2 fights before that, and then was on the main card of a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Now he's just buried. He needs it bad, man. He needs it bad, but I'm going to go with Bruno Ferreira.
Oh,
Yeah.
not a good sign for Marvin.
Yeah, I just don't think Marvin's going to be able to deal with the striking and the aggressiveness of Bruno Ferreira.
Yeah, let's see what that means for Marvin Vettori.
If he loses, it's going to be tough to see where he goes
At
from
only
there.
32, too. It's just so many. There's so many miles
Right,
on
man.
it.
Tarantula's back.
Let's go, baby.
Jalen Turner taking on Edson Barbosa. I'm not going to lie. I told you this earlier this week. Look, man, Edson Barbosa, Helwani Barcelos, 2 older Brazilian dudes, great tan skin, shaved heads, similar body types. They're both jacked. In my head, I was like, everyone was like, Jalen Turner's going to kill this guy. And I was like, Edson Barbosa he's on a great run right now. He's won like 4 in a row. And then pulled up the Tapology, and I was like, oh, Edson Barbosa is on a shit run right now. He's been getting killed lately. Conflated the 2 resumes. Was like, Helwani Barcelos' resume. Both their last names started with B. It's on me. Went back and watched a couple of the Barbosa fights. Got hurt bad in that Sadiq Youssef fight in the first round. I know. He
came back.
He came back and he was able to win it, but the Lerone fight, 50-45 on a couple of those scorecards, just did not look good. The Drakkar Klose fight, closer fight, but ultimately in the last 2 rounds, he did not look good in those either. If Jalen Turner comes back at a level that he was fighting at, I think his 14-9 record is a little bit deceiving. If he comes back and fights at a level that he was fighting at before, the retirement talks and everything, the finishing capability that this dude has, I think he gets his hand raised.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I don't trust Edson Barbosa's chin. I haven't for like 5-6 years now. Like, it feels like a long time since I kind of put the Edson Barbosa chin away in the closet, packed that one, said, we're not going to revisit this. And Turner, as you said, in some of these losses, like Moicano, for example, he had Moicano like in outer space with how rocked he had Moicano. And then Moicano came back to win that one after he stepped away. So, yeah, I just don't think the chin's going to hold up. Jalen Turner is going to be... Now, the one thing that I'll say is Barbosa's kicks are going to be important, right? If he's able to take out Turner's legs, that's very, very beneficial to him, as is the idea that as the longer man in being Turner, he can still reach him with kicks without having to get into punching range. That's going to be a benefit for Barbosa. But man, I just can't avoid the image of Turner at some point catching him on the end of a really long strike and Barbosa's chin just not holding up.
Good to see Turner back, man. I thought he was really good for the sport. He's always in exciting fights.
Yeah.
He was game as hell. The Dan Hooker fight was a legendary performance. I know he came out on the short end of that one, but like it was one of the fights of the year. The Gamrot performance was great. Like I think he's good for the sport. It's good that he's, he feels like he's found solid
30.
footing. Yeah, super young ass dude, cool ass dude too with the skateboarding and everything. Found solid footing. Says he found God. Says he found Jesus. So I'm happy to see him back, man. I'm excited to see his return. A banger fight, man. There's some sneaky scraps on this card. Maybe not sneaky scrap, but like we could see a fast finish. Mansour Abdul Malik taking on Antonio Tricoli. Tricoli 0-2 in the UFC. He has 2 fights in the last 4 years. He's 35 years old. I don't know how much you look at his Instagram. Scroll the old Tricoli IG page.
Never. Not once.
Yeah, he's not that focused on fighting. It seems like he's a bit more of a poker player now. It's like every post is just about him.
So you're saying him
poker.
being a nearly 10-1 dog is probably accurate? Like probably.
Look, man, he's been finished in both of his UFC fights. Mansour Abdul Malik is wildly talented. He can knock out anyone. Sometimes he plays with his food. I watched it happen in Atlanta. It ended up not working out for him. With the no contest and everything, we thought he had the finish. Under 2.5 cash though, but I think he just needs to not play with his food here. He's the superior athlete, the superior striker, the superior fighter, and he should get this done quickly.
I'm with it.
Take a look at your goalies in IG.
I'm
when
not.
You get a chance. You like poker. You're
Yeah, I'm not going to look at it on IG.
Last one we're going to talk about Muhammad Naimov taking on our guy, boy in the back, honorary boy in the back, a man who has been on the show, Myron Santos. There's no breakdown to be given. Myron gets his
riding. We're riding with Myron. Come on.
We got to pick of the guy. Come on.
Easy.
Myron.
We have a pick of Myron?
I thought we had a picture of Myron.
From when he was on BITB?
I thought we had a picture of Myron.
Oh, okay. We don't have a picture of Myron.
Yeah. Overall, dude, I think this is a fantastic card. A great way to end the pay-per-view era.
As you said, it's one of those that you're going to be like to the doorman, to the boy, like, yo, you know about this one? And they're like,
Ivo Oslin, Iwo Baranowski? You hype for that or what, bro?
They're like, huh? Is that a politician? But it is a Fight Fans card. Like there's a lot of good scraps. There's a lot of good names on here. And as I said, like the top, let's call it the top 4 fights. Every single one of those guys in those fights is cream of the crop. Like,
for sure.
Moreno, Tyra, Pantoja, Van, Dvalishvili, Jan, that's like elite. And then Cejudo is like former champion.
I was just about to say, not for nothing, every fight on the main card has a current or former champion.
Yeah, that's really good stuff here.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait for this one. It's going to be fantastic. Make sure to tune in 9:45 Eastern Standard right here on the channel for the watch party.
Dawson and Torres and McKinney and Duncan is
dude. I'll say it. I'll stamp it right here. Last 7 fights are bangers.
Yeah,
last 7 fights are absolute bangers.
And return of Macy Barber. Like there's stuff on here.
Oh yeah, Marvin Vettori. Our guy,
but Turner and Barbosa's like buried on prelims. Like this is gonna be
that Iwo fight also has potential to be a banger. I think someone can get finished there as well.
Shout out Iwo.
We could see like one. I'm setting the over under right now. 1, 2, 3, and then you add in the 4, 5. On how many fights are on this card? We got 14 fights on this card. I'm gonna set the over under on finishes at 8.5.
I'll take the over. I think it's going to be enough finishes.
It's a great card to end the pay-per-view era. You're a little bit sad about the pay-per-view era ending.
Oh yeah, for sure, big time.
Happy about saving $79.99 every single month now?
I am very
money right back in your pocket.
More than anything, the 9 p.m. start time of the main card. That's the only thing I care about at this point.
Excited to get Paramount Plus and be able to.
I have it. I'm ready. I'm locked in. Look, I'm a challenge guy. Paramount Plus has been very close to me already. What'd you say?
Said, yeah, I'm right behind you, boss.
Wait, what'd you say? Jordan. Jordan was a Paramount guy. Jordan
is still a Paramount guy.
Till the day I die.
Till the day you die. All right, let's get into bets.
Wait. Would you have paid $89.99 for a pay-per-view if they had started them at 9 instead of 10?
Yes.
No.
What?
I would have paid $84.99, but I would have paid $99.99 if you started them at 8.
Oh, right. Very nice.
Yeah.
Quick Paramount Plus update. Very important. Very important.
Tell me.
The latest Mission Impossible now streaming.
Woo!
What did I say? He's a Paramount guy. He knows.
You ever think about with movies, like it's just about wasting time to get to when it comes to streaming now?
Absolutely.
Like the people were paying $23 per person to go watch that in theaters like 6 months ago.
I'm a theater guy.
Oh, I also am too. I mean, AMC stubs for life. So I didn't pay the $23. I just paid the $25 a month, and then I would go watch 4 movies a month. So you're getting your money's worth. But I'm just saying, if you're not a theater guy, what's the incentive to become a theater?
No. If you don't like the movie theater experience or you don't want to pay that, sit at home and just wait. But I like to get out.
Mission Impossible.
I just went and saw Zootopia 2 with the kids. Fantastic.
Shout out. I actually watched Zootopia 1 this week. Gonna go watch Zootopia 2.
Not a Paramount movie. Let's please move on.
All right, Parlay Pals already got Pete's pick. He's going with Pantoja in the co-main event. Do got to hit the recap. Because
let's hit that recap.
The boys are back, baby. That's all green. The losing streak is over. We're now in striking distance of going green. We're not green again, but we're in striking distance of going green.
We just need an even money bet right here, and we're good.
Look at that, baby. 44 up, 14 down. It's not a bad hit rate. We can go to pseudo 500 to where, for every one we win, we lose 2. But look, 4-leg parlay. So Pete's pick is in. Alexandre Pantoja.
That's a good one.
I'll go first, then Frank, you can go, and then Rick. We'll go a little triangle here. And I will go main event. I made myself the first pick. Murad Dvalishvili. Georgians supporting fellow Georgians.
We got the 2 reigning champions already. Lock them in.
Frankie, what do you say?
You know, you were talking about having some finishes on the card, but I really want Barber and Silva to take this over 2.5, and then we could see a finish.
Okay, so you're calling for a finish in the
Late
last
finish.
2.5 minutes of that fight.
Please.
That's a great pick by you. Don't want to see Macy Barber get a finish in her return. Don't support the advancement of women's mixed martial arts.
I mean, let's just stick to the script.
All right, Ricky, finish.
Oh, that was great. That was the most kind of back and forth Frankie gives on a lot of these picks. Other than like, you know why or what? Like,
Come on, man. There's only one.
Yeah.
There can only be one.
Oh, that was great. All right, I'm going our boy Myron Santos. Like,
Yay, shout out.
Got to do it.
Shout out.
Shout out to the boy.
Shout out
Homie.
to Vaseline, man.
We had that
My
pick.
God.
Do we have that pick of the?
We have the picture of Myron Santos somewhere in there. Somewhere in that. There
There he is.
Shout out to
There's
Myron Santos. Absolute legend, man.
There's
Kicking it
Myron.
off the card. Oh, shout out to that graphics team for getting that ready to go. Plus 236. That gets us firmly in the green, boys. That gets
like
us a
it.
little wiggle room in the green.
Damn, Pantoja's the tightest odds on this. That's a little surprising, but all right, I like it.
We shall see. We shall see come Saturday. All right, my picks for the weekend.
Yeah,
Let's
what do we
run
got?
through them. Few bets. I've been trying to keep it tighter, but last pay-per-view of the year. I actually had a sweep on Qatar, but I only had 3 bets.
All right, still a
went-
sweep though.
Look, man, that's all we're trying to do. Nazim Sadikov, he finds ways to win the fight. I like his finishing capability. I think Ferez is much more of a decision fighter. I like the upside of Nazim, who is on a great streak right now. And at underdog odds, you got to support the New York guy, Nazim Sadikov. Next up, Bruno Ferreira, money line. Where Marvin Vettori is at in his career and the what I've seen from him in his recent fights, Bruno Ferreira is going to be able to walk forward. He has big-time finishing capabilities. Will he be able to do that to Marvin Vettori? Marvin Vettori's chin is ironclad, but I think he can hurt him. Whereas Marvin Vettori coming back, I do not think he's going to hurt Bruno Ferreira. I think Bruno Ferreira is going to move forward and throw big bombs on Marvin Vettori. Next up, Malik Abdul Abdul Malik.
It's tough.
And it is tough. And the under 1.5, same game parlay, get the minus 1,000 to a minus 150. I don't think Tricoli is in the game as seriously as Abdul Malik, and I think he gets knocked out in the first round.
Does this pay better than just picking him by finish? Is that the?
Yeah, him by finish is like minus 300.
Okay.
By adding the under 1.5, I'm getting that. And I'm not going to lie, this is early on the card, so all the props weren't available. Like I couldn't get like a round 1 KO or anything at the time. So this is what I went with.
I like it.
Abdul Malik and the under 1.5.
Problem solving.
Same game parlay. We go to the parlays. Alexandre Pantoja and Merab Dvalishvili. And still parlay
Yep.
here in the co-main and main event. Next up, McKinney Duncan under 1.5. You know I had to do it with Merab. I'm not going to believe Merab's going to lose until I see it.
He's almost like an anchor for these parlays.
For these two, I'm not gonna do it across 7, 8 parlays. Just these two. Next up, Jalen Turner. I like him in the return. Peyton Talbot. I can't stay away from the Peyton Talbot. I might get proven wrong on Saturday night. We'll see.
You're liking what you're hearing out of Cejudo.
Size, the points of their careers. I understand there's a path to victory for Henry. Looking back on it, if I lose this, I'll be like, I'm a fucking idiot. The path was right there. But if he wins, I'm going to be like, I'm a genius. It was right there the entire time.
And I'll be right there with you.
Thanks, Frankie. And then lastly, a violence parlay. We got the Iwo under 2.5, Abdul Malik Tricoli under 2.5, McKinney Duncan under 1.5, and Dawson Torres under 2.5.
Not enough people are talking about that Iwo.
Including us. We barely even touched on it. We barely even scratched the surface of Iwo. Violence parlay. Those are my 4 favorite fights on the prelims. Those are going to be bangers. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
Oh,
It feels like I almost don't want to get one that's like too high stakes, too high energy to end the year. I feel like this is a perfect way to cruise into the end of the year. Like, it's like, this is a great card, but it's not like, oh my God, the craziest thing ever in the world. Like, it's just like,
It's at home. It's nice and cozy at T-Mobile. You're getting ready for the holiday season.
Perfect. It's perfect.
I'm with you. I can't wait for it. It's going to be great. UFC 323, UFC 323 this weekend, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. Join us right here on this very channel, 9:45 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday night. We'll be watching with you. Take you right in to the post-fight show where we'll have all the reaction and breakdown. Let's go to pound for pound rankings this week in honor of the challenger in the co-main event, Joshua Van, trying to become the second youngest champion in UFC history.
That is crazy.
We're not doing anything to do with age. We're doing something to do with his last name. Pound for pound, Vans.
Pound for pound Vans, baby.
Could be the vehicles. Could be someone with the name. Could be the shoe. Could be
anything.
Anything, really. Vans.
Anything.
Frank, what's the order?
The order is Frank, then Rick, then Connor.
I like it.
All right.
Starting me off here at number 5, the Mystery Machine.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah.
It's a great van.
Where are you,
That's a great
Scooby-Doo? I'm in the Mystery Machine.
He sure is.
Number 4. Okay, before we reveal this one,
Yes.
I was not a fan of using like Van as if it's Paul Van Dyke or something where it really just means of.
Why?
Because I don't know, but I broke my own fucking rule because number 4 is Van Helsing. I will say, like, he's just known as Van Helsing.
Hey,
he has a
shout out.
first name, but he's known as Van Helsing. And I'm talking about Van Helsing from the original Dracula.
Not this
movie
Hugh
with
Jackman
Hugh
one?
Jackman was great, but it was like someone who was vaguely familiar with who the character was from Dracula decided to make this guy into a superhero. I mean, I enjoyed the movie when it came out, but I think just the character as a whole, definitely my number 4 on my pound for pound.
Do not disparage Uncle Hugh. This was a fantastic film.
Oh, he's your uncle. I didn't know.
Yes.
Shout out Van Helsing.
Number 3, the Party Wagon. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They used to strap somebody into the fucking door and open it up. I had this toy. If we could go to the next image. I loved it.
Is this yours from childhood?
That's not.
It's a picture of
It's
yours
a picture
from your
of
house?
Mine, yeah. Oh, my dear God. All right. So number 2 are the checkerboard Vans. These are the ones.
I thought it would be
I
one.
know you used to wear these back in the day.
Spicoli on Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Here he is opening a new pair.
Yeah.
And then my number 1 pound for pound van of all time.
How many pairs of checkerboard Vans you go through back in the day?
Oh, I mean, I still wear some.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Is the A-Team van.
Oh,
Great van.
You got to have the group
Fucking sick.
get in the back of the van
God.
and go stop some crime or create crime, depending on what. Look at this. Look at
Hell
this.
yeah.
wow. You know what?
Who's driving? Who even cares?
No, Murdoch always.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, but isn't Murdoch right there? Yeah, you're right. Who is driving? Are they just having a meeting in the back?
I think they're smoking a spliff.
No, that's a cigar. Come on, don't be disrespectful. But maybe it's laced with something.
Solid list, Frankie.
3 Vans in his van list.
3 Vans in the top.
That's
end.
that's a high output of Vans. Very good list. I also learned something. I didn't know that the Turtles van was called the Party Wagon.
Neither did I.
Now you know.
I knew the Mystery Machine, obvious.
And if you don't know, now you know. Thanks, Dana.
Wow, you come back to Connor. He looks like superimposed. It looks like school photography on the backdrop. Like it looks like it's
You just
like,
calling him fake?
Not gonna lie, man. From this angle, I look terrible. My face looks all
Oh,
puffy.
no, come
No,
on.
you look
man.
great, but the background looks like it's superimposed.
Because of the shadow right
yeah,
by
the
his
shadow, the halo effect around his head.
Also, we're at the point in the show where I've started just lowering down in my seat.
A little slump.
Supposed to be up, yeah, up with good posture.
All right.
Also, I'm working with a little bacon collar here. You guys get bacon collar ever?
Yeah, of course.
I fucking.
All right. Number 2. It was me, right, Frank?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Number 5 for me. This is a man I respect greatly. This is a van I respect greatly.
Okay.
This is the one, the only podcast extraordinaire, Van Lathan. Van Lathan, media personality, but I know most from being one of the Midnight Boys on the Ringers podcast network. I love that podcast so much so that I provided Jordan with evidence of that. Of my 101,047 minutes of podcasting,
Jesus Christ.
the
No one
Ringers,
crowned on there,
the
huh?
Ringer is the Ringers podcast network has 4 of the 5 slots, and the Ringerverse, that number 4 slot, that is where I get the Midnight Boys, that Van Lathan. It's like 70 days, Connor.
Yeah, 1684 hours. 1,684 hours. Divide that bad boy by 24. 70.1 days
70
of the
days.
365 you spent listening to podcasts.
Yeah,
How's
it's
that
true.
even possible? In a year?
In here, yeah. I'm audio only. I don't watch the videos at all.
That's insane.
No video podcast. But of those 70 days that I was listening, many of those days were accompanied by Van Lathan. Shout out to him for producing great content. Shout out to the Ringer. You know, they could maybe show me some love back. I've obviously been a big fan. The Midnight Voice is great. Okay, number 4. This is a film. We're going to the film world.
I love it.
And it is not Van Helsing.
Van Helsing?
No. Good timing on that, though. It's Van Wilder.
Shout out.
National Lampoon's Van Wilder. Ryan Reynolds Amityville horror glow up when he got extremely jacked. He was still a little, like, that's not how he looks in the movie. He's kind of like still a scrawny, kind of geeky dude prior to becoming absolutely jacked. Yeah, like that's Ryan Reynolds pre-steroids. Also, Cal Penn. Also, most importantly in this picture, Tech from the Real World was in this movie. Incredible film about a guy who refuses to graduate college, just never actually applies himself to get enough credits because he is like the campus king and doesn't want to graduate. He is just staying in college. He's running shit. There's also another photo I provided to Jordan from the film. And that's of his dog's testicles.
Jesus
as you can see, they're quite engorged, and it becomes a running joke in the film. It's very crude humor. It's very National Lampoon, but it's an absolutely incredible film.
I think it's his best.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
There's an argument. Love of Van Wilder. Shout out to Ryan Reynolds. Shout out to Tara Reid. Like that's a little bit of a blast from the past. All right, number 3. This man's a leader of men. This man's a Van as well. And he is the only former Knicks coach, Jeff Van Gundy.
God, Brian.
That was fucking horrendous. Drop was bad. Pictured here, conversing with referees before games. Important part of this picture, an important part of every Jeff Van Gundy picture, Diet Coke in hand. Known for it.
Gotta have it.
Gotta have the Diet Coke in hand. Can we go to the other Jeff Van Gundy? Not that one, but we can go here.
He does have a Diet Coke in his hand here.
No, you know what he has in his hands here? He has Alonzo Mourning's leg in his hands here because he is hanging in the middle of a brawl between the Knicks and the Heat, a very contentious scrap. He is hanging off Alonzo Mourning's legs like I don't even know what. It looks quite pathetic. It was one of the best moments of 90s basketball. Love Jeff Van Gundy. His acerbic nature and take for everything makes me so happy. He just has no time for nonsense, no time for bullshit. I like to think of myself of a little bit of a Jeff Van Gundy. I appreciate Coach Van Gundy. Shout out to Jeff Van Gundy.
How did you choose between Stan and Jeff, though?
I'm a Jeff guy all the way. Stan is great, but he's not as he gives almost a few more fucks than Jeff. Jeff gives the least fucks, and so I'm riding with Jeff. But they're both fantastic. Stan, I mean the moment where Dwight Howard comes over to Stan Van Gundy to do the press after Stan had just finished talking shit about him, and they're just like chopping it up is an all-time moment. But there have been many for the Van Gundy brothers. Love both of them. Jeff's my guy though. Number 2. This is a Van, but it's a little bit of a different Van. It's a Vanderlei. It's a Vanderlei Silva.
Wow.
Shout out to the legend.
You really had to work to get there.
No, I mean, it's right there. Vanderlei Silva.
It starts with a W.
But it's a Van, no?
I suppose in pronunciation.
Where?
Wanderlei?
No, that's not how you say it.
Wandy?
Vandy? Vanderlei. Vanderlei Silva. My favorite MMA Van, of which there were many, but I didn't end up mostly going with any other than Vanderlei, legend of the game. He's appeared on many of our other lists as well, like Scariest Fighters and things like that. Shout out Vanderlei. Love Vanderlei. A great Van. Number 1, this was the easiest for me. As soon as we decided to do Vans, I knew exactly who my number 1 Van would be. And it could be none other than Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Wow.
All people, I had the Mystery Machine, and then I made a last-minute switch to Jeff Van Gundy. But, I mean, look at the photography, look at the moves, look at the flexibility.
I was going to say the flexibility.
Oh, you think that's flexibility. Jordan, can we keep rolling through these? Now that's
crazy.
Now that's flexibility.
Look at the shape that guy's in.
Look at the shape this guy's in. The action hero of my childhood, alongside obviously Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but just iconic photos, iconic lifestyle, an iconic man, the muscles from Brussels, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
What's your favorite movie?
Legendary.
It's hard for it like, obviously the easiest ones are going to be the fighting ones, but I had a thing for the shitty like action ones where he becomes like a cop in every single one. Time Cop as a great example.
Universal Soldier is my favorite.
Universal Soldier is a great one.
And then Sudden Death.
My favorite, I regret to say, but I'm also happy to say at the same time, is Double Team with Dennis Rodman.
That's a good one, though. I like it.
It's a piece of shit, but it's actually fantastic.
Come
on. Jean-Claude Van Damme, like he can do no wrong in my eyes. He's fantastic. Love him. Even like the later movies, the JCVD movie, he's just the best. He's the coolest. I love JCVD.
Absolute legend to the game. Shout out to Jean-Claude Van Damme. All right, number 5 for me. Legend, speaking of.
Who?
My number 5. Also an absolute legend. An Iron Man, Cal Ripken-esque run. Over 40 years at her post. Wheel of Fortune ain't the same without her. It's Vanna White, legend. I mean, this is like day one on the job back in '82, all the way to now. I mean, just still killing it. Outlasted Sajak.
Yeah.
Outlasted Sajak, man.
Shout out
That's just
Vanna.
got secrets. Shout out to Vanna White, legend of the game. Number 4. This is the van to the stars. It's luxury travel. It's what you think of. You can pimp it out to almost look like a PJ.
Oh,
That is the Mercedes Sprinter.
Oh, the Sprinter.
If you're getting picked up in Mercedes Sprinter, I mean, look at that thing. You know you're traveling around in luxury. Anytime like a big name joins the show from a Mercedes Sprinter, you're like, look at this guy. He's traveling in style. Look at that thing. You tell me you don't want to ride in that van?
it's inconspicuous from the outside, but if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I mean, look at that. Luxury. Shout out to the Mercedes Sprinter. Number 3 is actually the entire shoe company, Vans. Iconic. Skating is nothing without Vans. Vans is nothing without skating. It goes together like a movie and a soundtrack. Iconic shoes. Own a few pairs myself. Never the checkerboard slip-on, but I've owned a few pairs myself. Shout out to Vans, the shoe company. Number 2, how can you get the mystery ink around other than the Mystery Machine? Iconic 1960s Ford Taurus transit van modded with a custom dashboard and bench seat, pimped out in its blue, green, and orange psychedelic paint job. Transportation for maybe the most famous dog of all time. Snoopy or Scooby?
Scooby all day.
I think I'm actually a Snoopy guy.
I'm a Scooby guy.
Mystery Machine, either way. Number 1, though, one of the most valuable men in the history of art. Iconic pictures, Starry Night, sunflowers. Guy cut off his own ear and sent it to a prostitute.
Allegedly.
Is it alleged?
Allegedly.
He did a self-portrait with the ear cut off. It was like, look what I do for my women. Yeah, the dude was an absolute nut job. But his top 10 paintings sold, and that's not including like sunflowers.
Say his name yet?
And Starry Night. Oh, it's Van Gogh. Vincent, if you want to call him by the government, but everyone knows him.
Everyone knows him as Vinny.
Top 10 paintings, not counting the priceless pieces, sold for a combined $712 million.
Woo.
Shout out to Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I thought about
I might use the cut the ear off move. I've been
It's not
thinking
the whole
about
ear,
it.
was
just
part of
sending
the
it to a
ear.
lady?
Yo, what's your Addy? Drop the Addy so I can mail you
this
my
is
ear.
before you've even, this is like the first approach.
I guess, yeah, if I'm going to send the ear, I've probably
You
been to
should
the
probably,
house.
yeah.
Probably been to the house.
Don't start with the cutting the ear off.
Who's the check?
Yo, drop the Addy so I can send my ear. Yeah, this is in the echelon of our dumbest lists, but I enjoyed it nonetheless.
I just want to say, I don't think you have a leg to stand on to criticize my Vanderlei when you go Van White. Like they are the same.
I actually appreciate you
species.
doing Vanderlei because I did go Vanna. What's a team van, Frank?
A-team.
I know.
You dick!
My bad.
All right, that
Stepped
was
on
a a fun practice. That was a dumb practice, but I enjoyed it none the same. Shout out to Josh Van. That's why we did it. We did it for you, man. Stand up, represent.
As we all pick for Pantoja.
Represent for Myanmar this weekend. It'll always be Burma to me. Nobody? Seinfeld? Nobody? Frankie, we got any voicemails, brother? Voicemail! Yeah, I guess no one watches Seinfeld. It's all good.
Seinfeld?
Ahoy, hoy.
24 Stubbs here. I have to tell you guys, in my work emails, I am now using Who's to Check, It's Tough, and Ultimately all the time.
Good.
And I love it.
Me too.
Thank you. I'm out.
Shout out 24-inch Stubbs.
Who's to Check? I find myself walking around because it's so, like, impressionable, saying it like Bob Arum, like, who's to check? And I'll just say it to myself sometimes. And then because we hammered it home so hard with the Bilal thing, I would be walking around being like, without the sex, in the Bob Arum voice. For that entire weekend, I was walking around saying that. I thought about pulling out the without the sex at Thanksgiving, but I was at my friend's house and didn't think it would play. So I'm with you. Who's to check?
Without the sex.
Without the sex. Yeah, a lot of the drops. I've been saying, my man.
My man.
My man. As often as possible.
The momentum for the drops is so strong right now. Like people talk to me about the drops more than anything else.
Yeah, they're fucking great.
Frankie is cooking. Frankie has been cooking.
Oh man.
What up, boys? What up? Long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah.
You got
Appreciate
Jarrell
you. Yes,
calling in from the south side of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yo, fuck
Atlanta,
yeah, Jerome.
not to be confused with Atlanta. But shouts out, boys. Shout out Andy. Shout out Jordan. Shout out the whole crew.
My guy.
Shout out Josh Childress.
Hey, shout out to Josh Childress, Hawks legend.
Quick question here.
Fro.
I've been thinking. There's been a lot of movement with the double champs. People moving up, people moving down, people moving all around. One thing that I always thought was interesting is that one had their rehydration clause for MMA. You see this in boxing sometimes, but it just got me thinking, which UFC fighter would get the biggest boost in legacy from introducing a rehydration clause? And curious to know what you guys think. This could be a fighter that's fighting now or somebody in the past who maybe would have had a much better career. But just curious to know what you guys think about this. Thanks, guys. Keep doing your thing. Talk to you soon.
Appreciate you, Drew. Shout out to Atlanta. Thank you for the call. Who would benefit from a rehydration clause? So essentially, like someone who doesn't have to cut that much weight, fights at their proper weight class.
My mind instantly went to Frankie. Because everybody Frankie fought was 2 weight classes bigger than him.
Okay.
So Frankie Edgar was my first thought.
I feel like some people would say Colby Covington.
Sure.
Because he didn't cut that much weight at 170.
It basically comes down to those guys, though. It would be these guys who fight close to their weight and don't really like get out of shape and
stay in shape all the time. Got to cut like 8 or 9 pounds.
I would guess that a lot of the names we'd think of too would be in that 150 to 170 pound range.
For sure.
Because the higher you go, like those guys don't cut weight anyway. Once you get to like the heavyweight level, the lower you go, those guys are cutting such an extreme amount of weight to like stay competitive in those weight classes. It'd probably be like a guy like that. Yeah, Colby's a good one too.
It's an interesting thought.
Of the hybrid MMA fighting promotions, which do you guys prefer, dirty boxing or karate combat? Josh in Michigan, thanks.
Love the reverse there, Josh.
And with the
name.
I'm a BKFC guy. Also, Frank padding up.
Yeah, Frank is letting the time run on that one. I think I'm dirty boxing because I've watched more of their events actually. I watched the Gable and the OL. I've only watched a couple karate combat.
I was a late adopter to the BKFC thing.
Oh, was BKFC in there? I thought he just said dirty boxing or karate combat.
Play that one more time. It was very short.
Of the hybrid MMA fighting promotions, which do you guys prefer? Dirty boxing or karate combat?
Oh, you're right.
Josh from Michigan.
Okay.
Thanks.
Turn that shit off. You guys had the orange LaCroix? It's been a big discussion around our office these days.
I don't think so, no. Literally just orange.
Yeah.
What's the
It's
discussion?
not orange juice or orange soda. It shouldn't be orange flavored.
I don't agree with that.
Jordan's a big fan of the orange gina.
What were the...
What? A big fan of the what, Frank?
You know that orange soda stuff that they have sometimes?
Yeah, Orangina? I've heard of it.
Oh.
I've never heard of this. I didn't know what you were saying. The orange China. What about orange wine? Our Georgian brothers drink that.
Wait, so what is the sides of the debate and where do the people fall? You said it's been a big topic of conversation.
Oh.
What is the...
Everyone just keeps asking me, you tried the orange yet? I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
it's like brand new?
I drink them all the time. Jordan's like, if it ain't juice and it ain't soda, it shouldn't be orange. I was like, well, what else is orange flavored?
Even that orange
Chocolate? You love the orange chocolate.
Oh no, that's disgusting.
No, Connor loves it.
Yeah, I fucking love it. Every year, give me
Even
an orange
that
chocolate.
orange in Montreal, I always forget the name. You don't go and get
Orange
something
juice.
orange. You get spaghetti and meatballs.
That's a fact.
Well, that's Ariel gets that.
You know who loves orange chocolate is the Brits. They sell it normally, like Cadbury.
Do I say orange weird?
Orange?
Orange?
Who's to check?
Yeah, you do a little bit.
It's an
orange.
orange.
Orange. Orange.
One of my friends gives me
We
grief
should
for
have
that.
you say orange, like
Yeah.
Helwani says iron.
Yeah, orange.
Iron. That's another great drop we haven't used in a while.
Orange. Orange. That's how you say it? Orange? Orange.
So like
Orange.
I say, like it's spelled ORNGE. Orange.
Yeah, and I say AHR, orange, like a pirate almost. All right.
Anywho, I don't mind the orange LaCroix, and shout out to Dirty Boxing.
Dirty boxing.
We're having a hard time with superstars, guys. I mean, there's a lot of you guys understand this, right? Everybody knows this. There's nobody that's touched the stratosphere, and I really don't see anyone touching the stratosphere anytime soon. What's needed for them to make it? We don't want any more Connor copies. What are we going to do? Someone needs to fill the void. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that as a fighter, you need to rely on your personality. You need to come out of your shell. You need to use social media as a way to engage with people. I mean, look at Merab Dvalishvili. Like, he has become this lovable champ by combining wins with showing his personality, even in his second language of English. I also think there is a responsibility on the promotion to promote its fighters. Like we're talking about, Diego Lopez got another title shot against Alexander Volkanovski because he puts on these unbelievable, exciting fights. Lerone Murphy is coming off one of the most exciting knockouts of the year, the spinning back fist against Aaron Pico. And in addition to that, he has an incredible story. He's been shot in the face. He's called the Miracle for a reason. He has this amazing, backstory to go along with his 19-0-1 record in MMA. You build these guys up to make them stars. You bring the interest in from the fan, and then you get to watch them fight. And if your promotion combined with them winning, that's what really creates a star.
Yeah, I think the winning part is almost the more important part at this point in time. Like, it feels like you just have to get out there. You have to be like an Alex Pereira.
But winning in what fashion?
Well, that's true.
Alex Pereira, he's knocking everybody out.
It's different though if you are it's different if you are waiting and you're fighting twice a year, maybe maximum 3 times a year, and then you get one decision and one exciting finish. It'd be better, in my opinion, if you get 4 decisions, but you were active, you were busy, you saved the UFC. As an example, I'll give you an example. Ian Gary's that guy. Ian Gary is the guy who's, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna take the fights. I'm gonna show my activity, even though I'm not really finishing fights. And I think that momentum has helped propel him.
He's doing that, but then he's also getting on the microphone, getting on social media, calling people out, talking
100%.
shit, taking all the interviews. You have to have that combo factor. I mean, look at it. Arnold Allen won 10 straight fights. He said so on the show the other day. He's got 13 UFC fights. And then you look at a guy like Diego Lopez, who's been in the promotion for 2.5 years, has 8 fights, is now getting his 2nd title shot. Because not only does he have very exciting fights, he does also get out there as well and shows his personality, gets on social media, everything like that, has the fancy haircut. You need things to hang your hat on to go along with the fighting. Alex Pereira's is the shama, the shorts, the get up, and then it's like, oh, this guy's sick. Oh, and he also knocks people the fuck out. Yuri Prochazka is like this crazy samurai dude who lives out in the middle of the woods. Oh, he's also in a fucking fight of the year every single time he fights. Like, I'm down with this guy. So, like, I think it's just a combo of the two. Like, you can't just win. Like, look at a guy like Movsar. Like, he is not a star at all, and he just keeps winning.
Look at Movsar, though, versus Diego, right?
Yeah.
It's the activity. That's the thing. It's the personality for sure. I don't disagree with that. Like, you need to have the mix. You can't just be this guy who just like is nameless, faceless, and wins fights and has no personality. But when you look at Diego signing up to fight John Silva in the time, Volk hasn't even had a title defense in that time since. He's now fighting him again. You look at a guy like Movsar. You mentioned Arnold Allen. The thing holding them back, in my opinion, is that lack of activity. Movsar's had to pull out of fights. Like, you need to keep your name on the tip of everybody's tongue. And then when you do that, like in Ian Gary, when you grab that mic, now you have 4 opportunities to go, I need to be the next guy. I need to be the next guy. I need to be the next guy. So it is that combination. It's being active and it's being loud about, I deserve this.
Plus, you just got to have the it factor.
Yeah. There isn't it that you.
There isn't it. Conor McGregor had it. Yeah. I think Ilia Topuria has it. Alex Pereira has it.
I don't think the UFC really has a star issue in the sense that, like, there's not people that could become big for them. They need to just be active. We're not getting the fights that we should be getting. Tom Aspinall should have fought John Jones. Never happened. Ilia Topuria probably should have fought Islam Makhachev. Didn't happen. Like, these are the performances that turn people into stars, and we are not currently getting them. We need people to be active. We need contenders to fight each other. And once those things start happening, that's how the stars emerge.
I also think number one over everything is win by finish.
Yeah.
Win by finish. Look at Charles Oliveira. He went on that unbelievable run, finishing so many people along the way, becomes champion. Like,
look at Justin Gaethje.
Dude, if you can go on runs where you get to the upper echelon of this sport and you are winning by finish, people will just fall in love with you.
Yeah.
I was just calling because I've been watching y'all's show for a while now, and I like to say I really enjoy watching it. And what would y'all's opinion be on Volkanovski all time? I just saw a stat today that says he's only lost to double champions. And also, how do you think a fight would go between prime Nate Diaz and prime Carlos Prates? Thank you.
Prime Nate Diaz, prime Carlos Prates. Sign me up for that.
That'd be a banger.
That would be an absolute scrap.
I might take Nate in that one. I think by the later rounds, I actually think Nate would probably be able to hang in there and might be able to turn it up. Like, kind of like the Leon fight, where it was like, oh shit, actually the guy who was fresher later in it was Nate.
I'd love to see it. I don't know who I would pick in it. It's just hard to it's hard to do the math on it with what we've seen from Nate lately and obviously what we've seen from Carlos Prates lately. So the recency bias can get to you there. And then what was his other question? Oh, Volk all time?
Volk, and he said Volk has only lost to double champions.
Ilya, Islam.
But he has a loss to some guy back in the day.
Yeah, the welterweight.
Was that guy a double champion? His name is Corey Nelson.
Yeah, Corey Nelson, legend.
Was he a double champion for some Australian regional promotion?
But I think he's just referring to Islam and Ilya.
I mean, yeah, Volk is
he's an all-timer. He's an all-timer. Where does he rank in the echelon? Like top 15 fighter of all time?
I'm sure it's somewhere in that.
Probably
he's in striking range of that.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Yep, the boys. Legend, love the show. From Belfast, Ireland. Mono-kicker. Yep, the guys. Come on. Get that one for the boys on Saturday. Love it. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's he talking about?
I think he's saying, go Ian Gary. Because this was before.
Oh, this was before the Ian Gary fight?
Yeah.
Yep, the lads.
What's up, boys? It's Connor from Austin, Texas.
Shout out.
Shout out GCW name.
Shout out to you, Connor.
Shout out Rick. Shout out Frank.
Shout out
Andy. Rest in peace, Honor Jordan. I think he quit.
It's tough.
Got fired or something. Haven't heard of him in forever.
We brought him back from
I got a story for you boys. Last weekend I was watching UFC at a sports bar, and I watch your guys' show so much that I started talking in drops, which I'm sure Frank does. I'm sure you guys have started to do that as well. And we were talking about something, and the guy was sitting next to you said something about Joe Rogan, and I hit him with the "Who's to check?"
Who's to check?
And he hits me with "It's tough." And then I looked at him, and I go, James Tahuna? And he goes, what the fuck? Who is James Tahuna? And I couldn't recover. I finished my beer and I just walked out. They hit the auto 25% for the bartender. So tough scene. Thought you guys would be able to get a kick out of it. But yeah, keep killing it. Love the show. Shout out.
Shout out, brother. I can't tell you how much that just made my day. So you said the who's to check, and then he said it's tough randomly, and you thought that was him being like, I also listen, and then he said James Tahuna, and he was like, what?
Or does he listen, but he doesn't know James Tahuna?
James Tahuna?
You can't not know fucking James Tahuna.
Okay.
I don't talk in drops, but Frank actually does talk in drops. He'll murmur drops to me when we're standing and like having conversations. One time,
last night he did it.
Yes, one time someone was giving like a real serious talk, and he like whispered over to me. He was like, "We don't care." I was like, "All right, dude.
All right, I wasn't confident.
You're being a fucking weirdo."
Oh man, that's great.
Hey boys, Taylor from Omaha.
What's up, Taylor?
Just air frying some intrepid mushrooms.
What did he say? Just took
I was wondering,
mushrooms.
as far as like French fries go, like, what's your favorite cut? What's your favorite style? I think for me, my favorite's probably spiral, curly, if you will.
Yeah, curly.
How about this too? Also, like, what's your least favorite? My least favorite would probably be like a smiley face or something that's like way too mushy.
Those aren't real fries.
All right, love you guys.
Yeah, see you, man.
Later.
Enjoy the trip.
What's your favorite? Spiral?
Yeah, curly are pretty good. Curly are pretty fucking good, or just like real thin, like shoestring. With a bunch of like,
do you like a thick? Do you like a wedge?
No.
You don't like
like steak cut?
Yeah, the steak cut.
Nah. Fuck that. That's one of the, nah, fuck you, man.
All right.
Can't stand steak cut.
What about the Chick-fil-A, like, what are they called? The waffle fries. Right?
Yeah, waffle fries.
You know what? I think that's my number one.
Bro, crispy waffle fries with Chick-fil-A sauce is tough to beat.
Yeah, I'm a waffle.
To beat, man.
Any French fry that allows for more ketchup, because that's really all they are is a catalyst for ketchup.
I'm actually not a ketchup guy.
All right.
I'm a sweet over regular though.
Yeah, maybe a little hot sauce on there, ranch, blue cheese.
Honey mustard.
And no
big
truffle.
aioli guy.
No truffle.
I'm down for the truffle too, man. We're just not going to get along when it comes to fries.
What about the people who put like vinegar on their fries?
Sure, let's do it
all day long.
Down for that. Like like chips that you get with fish and chips.
Yeah,
those fries coated in vinegar. You guys have steak and shakes?
Yes.
I've never had it.
And they have they have like the pepper sauce, Frank.
Yeah.
Their shoestring fries with the like, it's literally like a vinegar. It's like peppers. It's like a jalapeno jar of pickled jalapenos, but it's like a small tiny opening. So you're just putting like the pickled pepper shit on it.
Pickled pepper shit. It's jalapeno brine. Yeah. You put it on your collard greens and everything, right?
Steak and shake fries after like a late night. That hits.
Drunk food.
All right. Want to know what I used to get when I was
spicy ketchup?
Shout out to Whataburger. When I was young, I was a big weirdo. Used to get cottage cheese at Steak and Shake. Came with a pineapple ring.
There's no shame in that.
Weird.
Would never get it now, but I don't know. I was just a crazy little sixth grader.
Sweet though. Sweet fries over regular for sure.
That's great.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like
cinnamon dust on it?
You want
sweet potato fries.
Sweet fries. Yeah, sweet fries.
Yeah, I'm also
sugar
going
on them?
regular. Yukon Gold.
Candy bar, man.
Man, go ahead and get on the bandwagon.
Okay.
Salsa Boy Express.
Yes, sir. Oh, that was it?
That was it.
I thought he was about to give us a whole like breakdown.
It sounds like the guy.
Man, go ahead and get on the bandwagon.
Yes. I thought he was going to say the
Salsa Boy
bandwagon.
Express.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salsa Boy 2026.
We didn't really address we haven't had a show since.
Yeah, the Salsa Boys in the back are here.
The Salsa Boys in the back.
Yeah, I made a promise on this show. I would be leader of the Salsa militia if he got it done, and he got it done. He got it done easily.
Derek Lewis?
We're knocking people out now. Yeah, Derek Lewis, easy money next month at UFC 324.
Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to Waldo Cortez Acosta. I'm going to start taking salsa lessons. Yeah, trying to get like him. Trying to get my numbers up.
Send a few years out.
Yeah, Put that ear in the envelope. 9 kids are happening. The Van Gogh salsa way.
You and Grant Dawson just gonna crank them out.
Grant Dawson sent an ear to L. Dawson. I can promise you that much.
It's Trey from South Dakota. I don't know if Frank will play one or both or neither of these, but the whole reason I was calling was for Frank. I don't take back what I said about your stupid buy pound for pound. But the without the sex, I think that should be a drop. Like, maybe it won't be the most appropriate. I'm sure Frank's going to misuse it and make some awkward times, but Bilal saying without the sex or something from that Bilal quote needs to be a drop.
We're not going to forget
inarguably.
No, that's
right.
eternal.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. No matter what, as long as Bilal Muhammad continues to fight in the UFC, I will continue to say without the sex. And when people remember and look back on his career, that'll be the number one point that I go to. Not his championship
Remember
win.
the name will become remember the moment.
Yes.
Of him saying.
Remember that it's without the sex. Could we do an AI of Bob Arum saying without the sex in the same cadence and tone as Who's to Check?
Why is everything better in Bob Arum's voice? It's just perfect. It's just perfect.
I could see Bob Arum saying that too. It's like the Epstein files without the sex.
Hey, what's up, boys in the back?
What's up?
Nesto22 here.
What's up, Nesto?
Question for you. Since y'all live in New York,
yeah,
I was curious what your thoughts are on graffiti. Do you love it? Hate it?
Who the fuck
Just curious how these people are dangling off rooftops and stuff. It's jetpacks, if you're wondering. Anyways, let me know. Nesto22 out.
Thank you, Nesto.
It's a fair question.
That was a fantastic call. I wonder the same things because there's some graffiti in some ridiculous places in this city where I'm just like, how did they?
You'd be surprised, man.
How did they get?
I've seen
like garden hoses and shit. It's
yes,
crazy.
I've seen them like rappelling off buildings to do it.
That's
shout off to Quasar that's in my neighborhood in Brooklyn. Like he does some fantastic work. So as far as I'm concerned, you got a message you want to get out there, put it there. Just
I didn't hear a word you just said because did you start that sentence with shout off instead of shout out?
Who's to check? Did I?
Connor tuned out after shout off.
I'm pretty sure you just said shout off to Quasar. And then I didn't hear another word after that.
I'm trying to make it a thing. Shout off.
Oh, it's a silly goose time right now.
Yo, what's up, boys? This is Adam calling in.
What's up, Adam?
I'm just listening to the AH show right now.
Shout out.
And you guys are going over the bit where John Jones has blocked New York Rick. All I got to say is that's a huge badge of honor, man. The fact that he actually went out of his way to look you up. Your private account, I guess, and block you. I mean, you're in the GOAT's head, dude. Well done. Dominic Reyes, Matt Hamill, and now New York Rick. I'm all having.
Add me to the list, baby.
Jonathan, John Bones Jones. Have a good one, guys.
You too, man. Thanks for the call. Great call.
Thank you for the support. It's a trying time. It's a trying time right now being blocked by John Jones, but I am going to take it as a win. You're right.
Shout out to Rick for getting blocked by John Jones. He has now officially accepted it. There was a moment when we were first breaking the news to him that it was stressful times. He was going through everything, pulling it up on his laptop. He's like, no, this can't be. No. He must have deleted his account. I'm like, yeah, that's probably what happened. Yeah, the world famous fighter probably deleted his multi-million follower Instagram account. That's probably what it is.
I couldn't fathom a world where his number one fan.
Must have, not Johnny Meat. Johnny Meat couldn't have.
Still on Twitter.
He's officially accepted.
I can still see the Twitter. I can still follow on Twitter.
What's good, boys in the back? This is Danny calling in from Doncaster, South Yorkshire, England.
Fuck yeah.
GT, hold on, I'm talking, brother. I was previously featured on Big Hitters, where I called a RDA round 2 submission over Brian Barberena, paired that with a Wonderboy round 4 TKO over Kevin Holland.
Whew.
I was then featured on the Nose, where you guys gave me the sterling advice of skipping going to UFC 304 in favour of going on holiday and proposing to my beautiful girlfriend.
Oh my God, great choice.
Potentially also popping a baby in her. Who's to check? I'm here now to complete the trifecta.
Who's to check?
We're getting married in 2027. Wedding planning was somewhat delayed due to the old surprise baby. and I'm assembling my groomsmen. One of my boys is an avid listener of the #1 MMA podcast in the world, so I'm going to address him directly now. Harry Styles, a.k.a. Stinky Styles, a.k.a. Barry Smiles, a.k.a. Grey Al. Fancy helping me get married? Cheers, boys. Love the show. Keep doing what you're doing. You're all more than welcome to come to the wedding, too. Shout out James Tahuna.
Shout out to James Tahuna. Shout out to
James Tahuna? What a call.
First and foremost, what an incredible call. Just right off the cuff, just ripped it. That was fantastic. Who's to check in a British accent is fantastic.
It's great.
Third, and probably the most important.
Congrats on the baby.
No, I'm down to go to the wedding.
Oh, we're going?
I feel like we got it.
I will go if Harry Styles goes.
Yeah, I thought he was about to call out Harry Styles for a fight. What was that?
He's inviting him to the wedding. He's just letting him know he's getting married.
Do you want Harry Styles at your wedding?
Yeah, for sure, no?
You want to be walking down?
He said he's his boy.
I know. Was your wife walking down the aisle and sees Harry Styles there?
It's a good point.
It was like a Mr. Steal Your Girl moment.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Is he, what's his dating situation?
I have no idea.
Yeah, if Harry goes, I'll go.
I haven't heard of Harry Styles since Watermelon Sugar.
No, stop.
Nah, he ran a marathon recently. I think the New York City Marathon maybe is sub 3 hours for old age.
According to the internet, Harry Styles is currently dating Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
After dating Olivia Wilde famously.
Tough life, man.
Yeah, it's
I
rough
know
out there
Harry's
for Harry.
struggling.
Woo,
Tough.
Harry, we're
That's
praying
tough.
for you, brother.
Praying for you, Harry. I'm down for the wedding, though. Send the invite. Great call as well.
Hey, boys in the back. I just want to get off some stuff off my chest, you know what I'm saying? Can you please tell me why MMA fans like to bitch and cry about every single fucking little, excuse my language, every little thing? 1 second, they're crying about Islam comes out and all of these wrestling heavy fighters laying on top of each other and holding somebody down for 25 minutes. Then 1 second, they're crying about Armin not getting the title shot. I understand Armin is the #1 contender. But at the same time, you can't have it both ways. You can't complain about heavy wrestling-based fighters being boring and complain about them not getting a title shot. Yes, I understand this is a sport, but also doesn't the entertainment aspect of it also matters too? So just want to hear your thoughts on that. Just want to give my 2 cents. Hopefully that can answer my question. If not, I understand. Thanks.
I don't think we're going to be able to answer the question. I think people on the internet are just like wildly negative. I also
He makes a good point, though.
I was just about to say, I think you do make a good point. If you are one bitching about all of the wrestling and how boring it is and how you don't want to watch it, you also cannot be angry about the title shots.
Don't cry when Mobstar doesn't get it and Diego Lopez does, because that's what you want.
Yeah.
Which is why, like we let off the show, I don't have a problem with the decision making. Just admit it. Like, just be open about it, and I'm totally cool with it. We think the most exciting fight we can make is Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Great. I'm in. Headline it. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. As long as we're talking on the same terms. We think Diego Lopez is going to give the best fight to Alexander Volkanovski. And we saw how exciting it was last time. We're going to do it again. I'm in. Like, I'm totally okay with the justification there. So I think he makes a good point about the same people who are like, oh, Hamzat, oh, he's so boring, are the ones that like cry like,
Why does Mobstar getting a title?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Nine fights, 9 decisions.
Yeah, it's fair. It's a good point.
Hey, boys. JP from BC here. And so we just got hammered with snow a couple days ago on December 1st, actually. So it was all good up until then, and bam, 6 to 8 inches of just wet, slippery snow. And I'm out here driving, watching all these idiots in their 2-wheel drives, can't get up hills, can barely do anything. And got me thinking, you city boys there, how are you when it's winter driving conditions? I mean, up here in Canada, the first thing we do a lot of the time is you go out there and you go find an open spot and you start doing donuts or whipping shitties, as some people call them. But anyway, yeah, I was just wondering, I mean, I bet you old GC there, you've probably been out there hitting the Benjamin, doing a little bit of drifting, you know. And Rick, yeah, maybe. But anyway, I was just curious. What's it like out there for you guys? Let me know.
Yeah, so I grew up in Georgia, and like a little bit of snow shuts down the city because there's only like 2 snow plows for the entire city of Atlanta. So like if it snowed, you were pretty much staying inside. But ever since I got up here and I had to drive, it's just like you just go slower. That's what I learned. Is like if you just go slower, you'll be fine.
People are already shitty drivers, and then they get 10 times shittier when it's snow or rain. But I got a 4-wheel drive. Both of my vehicles are 4-wheel drive. You'll be all right.
Anyone who tries to drive normally in snow, you're gonna fuck yourself.
Don't pump the brakes, and if you're sliding, like turn the wheel all the way to the side so you're.
Wait, what do you mean? Don't pump the brakes? You do pump the brakes.
Oh, don't listen to
you
me.
You don't slam the brakes.
When's the last time you drove a car,
press on the brakes. You do pump the brakes.
What is a car?
Yeah.
Hey, boys. It's Josh from Denver. I just want to weigh in on the Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua debacle.
Weigh in, Josh.
And I feel like everyone is just expecting the 100% success rate of Jake Paul going to sleep immediately.
Yes.
Just like one good connection, and that's it.
That's right.
I just want to think about the possibility that, like, Jake Paul could have a Rocky Balboa moment.
Nope.
A Rocky 1 loses the fight, but makes it to the scorecards in such an admirable, eyes swollen shut, survived a beating kind of way that there's a world where he loses this fight and then comes out the other side of it seen as legitimate of a boxer as he's ever been seen before. Like, wow, this guy went in there, went all 8 rounds against Anthony Joshua, went to the hospital afterwards, but he stood there and took that beating like a real fighter. I feel like that is a possibility on the table that people are just not giving any credence to. Either he dies in the first round or it's the fix is in, but I think there's a chance that he could just get the shit beat out of him for a bunch of rounds and come out the other side of it with some metal in his face. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think that is the most under-discussed outcome. But I'll tell you why that will never happen. And it's not because Jake Paul might not survive to the end against Anthony Joshua. It's because if that happens, 1, you mentioned, people will say it was fixed. Or 2, people will say Anthony Joshua shit the bed. They will not give Jake Paul credit for being like, oh, he's a super tough guy. They will just say Joshua either sucks and shit the bed or it was fixed. So no, unfortunately, Jake Paul ain't getting like a Rocky moment. It's just not going to happen. Plus, he's going to get knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, he's got to win or make it close.
Hi, my man. Yo, Frankie, do not put this on air, bro.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, that one was good, man.
Frankie, please do not put that on air. Please. All right, I'm going to try again. I'll calm down. All right? Okay.
Oh, shit. Tell me there's one more.
Hi, my question's for Connor. Connor, what's going on with the merch? Where do you put it all? Do you have, like, a separate dresser for the merch and, like, regular clothing? Or is the merch taking over the regular clothing in the dresser? Or what are you doing with it all? Do you, like, get rid of it? Like, I know you have a Tui Vasa shirt. There's no way that's getting worn. Anywho, that's all. And, have you guys noticed how the main event isn't on DraftKings? I live in Massachusetts, and Jan versus Merab is not on DraftKings for me. And I noticed when Jan fought McGee, that also was not on DraftKings. Or when Volkov fought Almeida, that also was not on there. So I don't know what's up with the Russian fighters. Can you guys see it? Can you guys place bets on it? I can't. Thanks.
Yep. That's interesting that you don't have Merab Jan. We have it here. That's interesting that it's the Russian fighters. We have everyone minus 410 right now, plus 320 Jan, over under 4.5. Over 4.5, minus 395. That's hefty. That's hefty. Yeah, so we have it here. I wonder if that's something with Massachusetts and Russian fighters.
I was thinking maybe it's the location.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the location, but the Russian fighters not being able to bet on their fights, that's interesting. Yeah, the merch, man, it's getting out of control. It's getting out of control. I do not dress like this outside of work, and like I have nicer clothes, and I don't have that many closets, so like it's taking up a lot of space. And like you mentioned, like like a Tui Vasa shirt, like I have some random ass merch, man. Like I have like a Lupita Godinez shirt from like 2022. Wow. That I'm just like probably not gonna wear.
Don't forget about that Paul Canerco, baby.
I got a Paul Canerco jersey. I wear all this shit for fight feasts and then the like watch parties, and then when you actually see like a sick piece of merch, like Full Violence is running a sick one for Marab right now. You're like, do I need this? It's it's tough, man. It's too much. I would be disgusted to know the amount of money that's been spent since 2021. And like, it's just like way too much. It's like, how often are you gonna wear it? I can't wear a shirt that says "keep pinging the cunt" on the back of it.
That's not a first day shirt?
It's not a first day shirt, man. And like a lot of like when fighters are like down bad on like losing streaks, or like maybe there was like a fighter that never was, that like appeared like they were gonna be something, and you're like, yeah, I'll get a shirt, and then it's like, oh, he's not even in the UFC anymore. You're like, what am I gonna fucking do with this?
I'll tell you what, we got to get that Salsa Boy merch.
Sure.
The face.
Sure.
Regarding Piotr Yan and Russian fighters, in Massachusetts, it appears you cannot bet on any sports or sporting events overseen by Russian or Belarusian governing bodies, leagues, events, and players.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
All right, so it's location plus fighter origin specific. Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
I had no
Great
idea.
find, Jordan. Great find.
Yeah.
My brother calling in.
Thanks for looking that up. Good 3 calls in a row,
Frank, don't put that one on air either, though. I don't like that one.
Frank, why'd you do him so dirty?
It's December 3rd, and I want to know, how are you guys celebrating your Spotify Wrapped? It's Spotify Wrapped Day. What's your guys' top 5 albums or artists, or do you guys do anything, or podcasts even? Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Love your show. Love what you guys do. All y'all are awesome.
Thank you, brother. You're the man.
This one's for Frank, too. Hey, man, let me see your Discogs account, bro. Like, I want to see what kind of records you have.
Do you have that, Frank?
Yeah, I've given it to them before. Yeah, I'll post it. You guys can take a look.
Yeah, man, post it.
What is it called? Discogs.
Discogs.
Okay, so I actually did not have Spotify up until a week ago. I was always an Apple Music guy.
Why'd you switch?
I've been kicked off my Apple Music. There was
why?
There was an issue. I've always been like attached to my parents' Apple ID account. So I was just kind of riding, like they had a family plan for Apple Music and everything. Downloaded a couple apps, pay to play type deals. Thought like it's charging to my Apple ID, right? My dad calls me up and he's just like, hey man, what the fuck are all these charges that have been going on for like the last 8 months? I'm like, nah, those are definitely going to my card. Dig in deeper. It was his card on my Apple ID. Couldn't change it, couldn't remove it, couldn't do anything like that. It was a whole thing. So I was like, all right, bro, I'm just detaching from the fam. I'm leaving the family iCloud account, sorry. And like, they got the notification. They called me. They're like, you left the family iCloud account? I was like, yeah, dude, I'm not going to keep charging to y'all. Immediately kicked out of Apple Music. Immediately. Couldn't save anything. Playlists. None of that. It's all gone. So it's tough. Don't have Apple Music. I'm new to now Spotify.
Welcome to the fam. I'm a Spotify guy.
Doesn't make a difference to me at all. It's the same shit. But I do have my YouTube Wrapped. My top interests, MMA fight analysis, number 1. Number 2, space facts.
Shout out, man.
Number 3, sports highlights. Number 4, pop culture news. Number 5, music playlists. My top channels were the Ariel Helwani Show.
Yeah.
UFC.
Okay.
Shout out to Embedded. Shout out to Countdown.
Embedded. Yeah.
Not Wish Tape, but yeah, they have some free fights on there. DAZN Boxing, number 3. NPR Music, number 4.
Was that Tiny Desk? What would that be?
Yeah, Tiny Desks. I run through a lot of Tiny Desks. And then number 5, Chris Williamson. But now we're getting into the range of like, that's kind of like throwing a dart. I've maybe watched like 2 or 3 Chris Williamson videos.
So it's really the top 3 are like heavy.
It's really just like the top 2, honestly. I watch a bunch of random shit on YouTube. I just let the algorithm take me.
Space though, huh?
Love space shit. All right. Shout out.
Same here, man.
Interstellar, all that,
What else we got for Wrapped?
For my YouTube, my top 5 interests are vintage tech reviews.
All right.
Retro video games. Unsolved mysteries.
So this is the most frank.
Movie analysis. And then music history.
Yes.
And then my top channels are the Basement Brothers.
What is that?
That is some guys that live out in Japan that just review like old Japanese computers from the 80s and 90s.
They review computers?
They review like software, like games that came out back then.
Holy shit, Frank.
Then the One True Venarian, which I'm surprised by that because that was like a Let's Play that like I watched a whole series of, so I'm sure that just added up. Gaming J, the Catho Raid dude who reviews old video and audio equipment. And then Distracted Nerd, which I think you guys are familiar with.
I know him. Yeah.
Clips,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got to get my wrapped up next year.
Anybody else in the back there have an interesting wrapped?
I haven't checked mine, but I bet Defunct Land is on there. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's pretty cool.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Mrs. Mysterious has been going through all of those lately.
Oh, Defunct Land, she loves? Oh, I love it.
Are these podcasts?
What is it?
It's like a more of a video. You could listen to it as a podcast, but it's like short documentaries on theme parks or rides and like the backstory, things that are no longer around. Very, very cool.
Wait, is it only theme parks or rides, or that's one thing and there's other things as well?
Most of it is theme park.
Okay.
Like surrounded.
Cool.
Defunct Land. So it's like
I see.
Like Disney
That would make sense. Okay. That's cool. I'll check that out.
Shout out.
Yeah, we saw my 101,000 minutes.
That's
earlier.
disgusting. That's disgusting. Also, all Ringer podcasts on there. No love to the Uncrowned Network.
That's a YouTuber.
Shout out to everyone that have that have tagged us in their raps.
Shout out to everybody.
It means a lot, man. I love like people that I never see engaging with on Twitter and Instagram sending these to us, and it's amazing. We appreciate the support more than you guys know.
And my music side, because the only thing I do on the music side is play the K-pop Demon Hunters playlist. The average age on my Spotify says 17.
Shout out.
So that's my Spotify age. I'm underage. Without the sex. Double B.
24-inch Dubs here. Wanted to tell you guys, YouTube Raps, Helwani, and affiliate show, 0.1 top listener.
Good for you, 24
What
subs.
up?
You earned it.
Now.
You earned it, man. You're always in that chat, grinding.
We appreciate you.
That's all of them.
Hey.
Super chats, brother. Thank you to everyone that called in. A good batch of voicemails. There were a couple good ones in there.
Before we hit super chats, I want to hit two quick things.
Please.
Number one, an article here, a report from the Irish Times. Nikita Hand welcomes Supreme Court decision to reject Conor McGregor's appeal bid. It appears that the appeal by Conor McGregor to the Supreme Court to overturn the decision and appeal has been unsuccessful. Nikita Hand being reacting to that and accepting that judgment. So it seems like on that front, like all the appeals and things have been completed. As far as I'm aware of, like the ones that are outstanding related to the Nikita Hand case. So yeah, Supreme Court rejecting the appeal.
It looks like it says the court upheld the jury's award of almost £250,000 in damages to Miss Hand and directed she was entitled to her legal costs against Mr. McGregor.
So there we go. I believe that will conclude all the things. I don't know if he has any additional appeals. I know there was an appeal that was attempted at a lower level court a few months back, but then at the last minute the lawyers pulled back some of the evidence, and then that didn't end up going through. It appears that there was an appeal at the Supreme Court level that has now been rejected. And so, yeah, I think that ends that saga in terms of Nikita Hand and Conor McGregor. And if there's anything else, we'll obviously cover it. I imagine PT will have his ear and eyes on it. So more to come if there is more to come. But for now, I think that concludes business for that.
Did you say there was a second thing you wanted to get to?
Yes, there was. I want to give a shout out to the people of Indonesia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, who are going through a very, very tough time right now. There was like a cyclone that hit and has caused like flooding and all kinds of damage. If any of our fans are watching from there, obviously thinking of you guys, wishing all the people, our boy Oven in Sri Lanka, everybody out there, pulling for you and hoping, and anybody out there who has a heart for it can support and figure out ways to help those people get back on their feet. So yeah, really rough times. Mother Nature can be a beast and hard to deal with at times, but warm wishes and best out to everybody out there.
Well said.
And now we can do Super Chats.
Super Chats. Hey, everybody. Don't normally get to listen live, so a nice treat for my 34th birthday. Shout out to the whole crew.
Shout out
what are your
Alexander
best
Simon.
B-Day stories?
Man, happy birthday to you. 34 years young. That's what we say around here. 1991 stand up. Shout out to you, Alexander Simon. Hope you have a great day. Best birthday stories? I have one.
Tell us.
That sticks out in the head. 21st birthday. Went down to old Savannah, Georgia. Stayed at my boy's grandparents' house who were out of town. 21st birthday, you're going to do the thing. Bought a keg for the 21st birthday party. Bought it at a gas station I had been using my fake ID at for a while. And the guy was like, wait, what the fuck? You're turning 21 today? I was like, yeah, man, of course. Got the keg, took it down to Savannah, then went to a BYOB strip club. And so the BYOB that we brought in.
BYOB strip club?
It's the South, man. It's the South on
What
highway
the
roads.
fuck?
BYOB strip club, and our BYOB was the keg. So that took some convincing the guy at the door. So we brought the keg into the strip club, and we finished the entire keg in there. There was like 12 of us.
Good God.
And then the strippers got involved, started helping us. It was a great night. All time B-Day story.
Any further details of what happened that night, or we'll just leave it at that?
Made it back to my friend's
Who's the
grandparents' house. One of my friends slept in one of the grandparents' car, sitting upright, buckled in the back seat. We couldn't find
In the back seat?
Dude, we could not find this kid for like 45 minutes. And like, we're just like, where the fuck is Jeff at? Like, where is he? And then we go out in the garage and like, I open the door and he's sitting there just like, buckle on in the back seat, just like in a car that is not his. It is my friend's grandparents. Also, like, it was a very like grandparents' house. My birthday is in the summer. Like, the AC wasn't working. Like, I walked upstairs, like one of my like fat ass friends laying on the bed, sweating his ass off. But yeah, that's all I can share.
That's great. All right.
But yeah, all-time B-Day.
I mean, the
We'll not
sleep in
forget
the
that.
back seat's a great detail. I'll take that. That's pretty great.
I mean, the finagle of the keg
Keg into the
as
strip club.
our BYOB.
The fact that a BYOB strip club exists blows my mind.
I'm trying to remember the name of it right now. It's not Toppers. Toppers was the strip club in downtown Athens, where I went to school at. I can't remember the name of this place, but yeah, all-time night regardless.
Frankie, anything? Andy Jordan?
Nah.
Too Fast, Too Furious birthday party,
Oh.
All right, so
in the theater.
as a summer birthday, I was a big movie guy, so
a
I can
minute.
feel you on that. Inception for my 17th birthday. Shout out to the
Ballerina.
That was a movie we saw.
It was.
Oh yeah, you are younger than me, Jordan.
Anything
I was
for
about
you,
to
Rick?
say, 1997, Spawn on my birthday
Sick.
itself.
Sounds like a nice movie birthday.
Movie birthday's sick. Movie birthday's sick.
Great soundtrack.
Nothing goes better.
Then a movie and a soundtrack. A
Damn
birthday
right.
and a movie.
I used to do Halloween Horror Nights on my birthdays. Those are memorable.
Shout out.
Make audio guy answer MAGA Frank. Why not show all super chats?
MAGA Frank, anything to say?
Make audio guy answer
I think
MAGA.
that's the MAGA. It's very clever. I appreciate that. Moving on.
Why don't you, hey, you didn't answer the question, bro. You're ducking and dodging.
Oh. So, I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm not the one who picks them. I did for a while when Jordan wasn't here. You make that of what you will. Next is a from Shadow Band E9C, sent $10 and didn't
Thank
say
you for the
anything.
$10, Shadow Band.
But then saved the day when they wrote in their comment afterwards saying, can you Jesus Christ.
Now you want me? You just threw me under the bus, and now you want me to advance for you?
Oh. Are we doing
This
this?
is why I was suspended.
To add to my comment, but I forgot to add to my comment, but thanks you guys for making this week a little bit more bearable. Lost my cat of 16 years. Thank you guys.
Oh, I thought this was going to be like some like heinous message. That's incredibly sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Shadow Band. Thank you for the $10.
Hang in
Wish
there,
I hadn't even sent that. Hang in there, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry. We had just seen CM Punk lost his dog.
Yeah.
The famous Larry.
Yeah, man. Pets are part of the family. That's heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah, shame. Our hearts go out to you.
Fight Feast with UFC Ignite. Win. Eye emoji, eye emoji.
I'm down. I'm down.
Not a bad idea.
That's a good question.
We can find out the best meal from UFC Ignite.
I hadn't thought of that, so that's a pretty good idea.
Thoughts on the odds of an ATT parlay?
Who would the ATT parlay be for this one?
Is Duncan down there? Where's Chris Duncan?
You grab Pantoja at like minus 238. You grab...
Duncan is on it.
Is Manuel Torres? No. Who else is on there? I kind of feel like I wish he had
outlined it.
Just like outlined it, just off rip. So we got Duncan, we got Pantoja.
Where's Dawson at?
I feel like Dawson.
Top team.
Yeah, top team.
So that's Dawson.
Trying to see if I can pull up there.
Where's Macy train at right now? Alpha male still.
Where's their main location? Deerfield?
No, Coconut Creek, right?
Coconut Creek. There it is. American top team. Bang. Oh, yeah, they don't have the list of the fighters. Grant Dawson. Here we go. Scheduled for, let's go for December 6th. There we go. Pantoja, Grant Dawson, Edson Barbosa, and Chris Duncan.
I don't like the Barbosa side of that.
Yeah, me neither.
The other ones I like.
Yeah. Best of luck. Best of luck with the bet.
So no, I don't like it.
I would not consider betting 1 penny on Van or Jan. Marab and Pantoja, easy money. Great show and keep up the great work. Nubian Bookstore, Big Hitters alumni. Atlanta, Georgia.
Fucking Marcus, legend. Thanks for the $10.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nubian Bookstore. I would listen to him because he knows his shit.
I think we're all aligned on that one.
Yeah, he knows his shit.
What's a Nubian?
Oh, that's the name of the bookstore.
Got it. Vandalay Industries.
Thanks for that one, Electric Boot Sable.
That's a Seinfeld reference, right?
Yeah. Vanderlei Industries was the fake company that George had.
I don't watch Seinfeld.
Never heard of it.
Wouldn't know.
Better for Alex's legacy, 3 belts or John Jones win?
3 belts.
John Jones win.
Okay, I love it.
Taking John Jones is.
We're taking John Jones 1 into
No,
it too.
stop it. I mean, look. We reviewed it earlier. Matt Hamill, Dominic Reyes, me,
New York Rick,
but
Alex Pereira. He joins the Mount Rushmore of guys that have defeated John Jones. 3 belts. First ever do it.
Fuck, it would be pretty.
Yeah. You get the picture
how
of
about
belt around the waist and holding the 2 belts? Come on.
And a new tattoo somewhere?
Yeah.
How about this answer? Both of those would be fucking incredible. Like, if those are the options for Alex Pereira,
also,
he's in good standing.
There's a chance to get to one,
both?
he has to do the other.
Yeah.
If he
Crazy.
If he fucking beats John Jones and then goes on to win a belt at heavyweight, GOAT.
Yeah,
Done.
I agree.
I'm
Go.
done with the conversation.
By the way, boys, my YouTube rap, 0.01% of viewers for the A8 show. No one watches like me besides 24-inch dubs.
Appreciate you,
LOL.
Benjamin Turk.
Shout out Benjamin Turk.
1840. Any significance there?
I don't know. But the usernames, I hate it. They
Oh,
changed
they're
it to like the ats now instead of the.
All right, we appreciate you either way, Benjamin Turk.
Thanks, Benjamin.
You're the man.
Most overrated Christmas movie? I say The Cranks. Frank says Love Actually. Moving on.
I say Christmas Story.
That's not a bad one.
It is a bad one.
No, I don't love.
You gotta shoot your eye out. Fuck.
I don't love.
It was
Christmas
good the
Story.
first like 30,000 times.
When TBS does the 24-hour marathon, I'm like, get a grip. Get a grip.
Get a grip.
There's so many better ones. Elf, Christmas Vacation, Klaus,
Love Actually,
Grinch.
Thanks, Eric.
What's the one you love, Frank? God damn it. Eyeless, Sightless Minds. What is it called?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Which I showed Rick last night. There's a venue down the street from my apartment that is showing Eyes Wide Shut on the 23rd of December.
Ah, cool. The hipster Brooklyn place is showing it. That means it's a Christmas
And it called
movie.
it Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece Christmas movie.
I'll have to watch it. I won't.
You want to go?
You
on
haven't
the
watched it
23rd?
yet? No. You don't want to see Tom
No to
Cruise
both
get
of
freaky?
those. No, I haven't seen it. And no, I don't want to go on the 23rd.
Tom
All
Cruise
right.
getting all freaky deaky with Nicole?
Rick, you down?
Mm-mm.
Without the sex?
All right, now that you say that.
Served Mike Perry today, and now he is my second favorite celebrity behind Rickson that I've served at my job.
Fuck yeah. Why is that so funny?
His name's Hickson.
Oh, shout out. Good call.
Oh,
Good call.
fuck.
Congratulations on serving Mike Perry.
Yeah, congrats. Did I mean we need to
What
know
did he
the
order?
Perry order, like
What did he
tip.
order?
Well, like tell us the story.
Yeah, it was the tip.
Who's the check?
That was Mike Perry's tip. Who's the check?
That was all
Without
of the
the
super
sex.
chats.
That was all the super chats?
That was all the super chats.
All right, that'll do it for us. I think we've covered it all today. UFC 323 this weekend. Do not forget, watch party right here, 9:45 Eastern Standard on this very channel. We'll watch the fights with you, bring you right in to the post show with 3Pac directly following us. But don't forget about the crack tomorrow, post weigh-in show. Pizzi and the gang will get you ready. 323, Marab Fighter of the Year, Pantoja, Flyweight Goat. No, we'll see. That'll do it for us, though. Look at my legs swinging like a little kid. Peace!
I got new kicks.
Ready.